been plunged into darkness due to a lack of gas to power machinery that's used to generate electricity.
Ghana's main electricity transmission company, Gridco, has blamed a shortfall of 550 megawatts at peak times on the limited gas supply. There's no indication when the power will be fully restored and no explanation of what caused the gas shortage. However, the country's energy sector has been saddled with accumulated debt over the years, which has often led to disruptions in gas transmission from suppliers. Independent power producers have told the BBC that they may also pull the electricity plugs over a $2 billion debt.
The BBC's Thomas Notty. The United States expanding efforts to cut funding for Hamas, announcing a second round of sanctions against people and organizations linked to the group. The Treasury Department says the new sanctions highlight Iran's crucial role in supporting Hamas. News and analysis at townhall.com. Pro-life groups being outspent in that important Ohio special ballot.
Supporters of a ballot measure that would enshrine abortion in the Ohio Constitution are far outraising their pro-life opponents in the months leading up to the November election. Campaign filings show the Pro-Issue 1 campaign brought in nearly $29 million from donors since September 8th. The campaign against the amendment raised just under $10 million in the same time period. Much of the money in support of abortion has come from out-of-state donors and groups. Data from the campaign ad spending tracker Ad Impact shows abortion groups are on track to outspend pro-life groups by about $7 million through Election Day. Keith Peters reporting.
President Biden has met with new House Speaker Mike Johnson. Johnson was joined by Democrat leader Hakeem Jeffries. They discussed Mr. Biden's request for almost $106 billion for Israel, Ukraine, and national security needs. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to it. You made it. It is Friday. A slightly chillier, little breezier version of your Friday morning, but welcome to Friday nonetheless. So I was watching the news yesterday during the weather, and the weather guy he used the term Arctic chill. So I guess that's what we got going on this weekend is this Arctic chill that will be dropping down into New Mexico. And I guess like parts up north, they're talking snow and all that stuff. I don't think we need to worry about snow.
Well, I will poo my pants live on air if it snows this weekend.
However, I'm going to predict, according to the weather, Sunday night, our first freeze night.
Freeze would be okay. I'm fine with a freeze, but ain't no white snow water falling.
No, and our moisture chances are low. Like, we have a slight chance tonight, a 20% chance of some rain. But our overnight low is like 58. So it's not going to be cold tonight.
It was very odd the other day. I was in my bathroom, preparing the shower for my ablutions.
Ablutions.
If you will. And
I was like, ooh, I'm going to say ablutions.
I was very excited about it, yes. And I heard like a whirring, like a ooh, was like, what is that? What is going on? And then I took a step and I realized the vent under my foot was actually activated and there was heat coming out of my house.
What's that stuff?
I was like, what in the... Is it that time already? Did my heater just come on? Like, I didn't turn it on. I think I had it set for like 70.
Ah, so it must have dipped.
So it just, dipped below that. And it was like, I think now's my cue.
Did you start smelling that delicious burnt smell like sometimes you do the first time your heater goes off?
That delicious sweet smoky smell. Yeah, no, I did. I actually I'm kind of a fan of that smell. Weirdly burning dust, which is really gross because dust is just like skin.
I get nervous because I'm like,
particles.
About to check out if my insurance is up to date on my house.
Yeah, I do have a lot of wood. Thanks to my house, not a lot of aluminum.
Like, all right, did we pay our insurance, sweetie? All right, turn the heat on.
It was nice over the summer to get a notification from New Mexico Gas Company that my bill had come due for $18.50.
Ah,
because the only gas thing I have in the summertime is my stove.
Is your stove?
Everything
okay. Now,
else
does
is
your
electric.
heat on gas too?
Yeah, that's gas.
So that'll get a little higher in the winter. So,
but it's one of those ebb and flow because the air conditioners go off, so the electricity goes down.
Yeah, so your electric bill. Yeah, I get you. I hear you. So, and are you a frequent cooker or do you go out a lot?
I am a frequent air fryer. There are certain go-to meals that I will cook.
So you don't use the stove as much as you use other implements of cooking.
No. I've become a fan of air frying.
Yeah,
it's a real art form.
I need to get a new one. I think one that's a little bit more conducive.
Didn't you say you had it was an air fryer / toaster oven combo?
Yeah, it's a 17-in-1 combo jobber where it bakes.
You had a Swiss Army knife with air fryers. That's awesome.
Yeah, it bakes, it air fries, it.
This is why I say you got to get on TikTok. If you're going to own an air fryer, you've got to start watching short form videos because you can find out 1,001 things to do with that air fryer.
Oh, and I do quite a bit, but the problem is, it creates a fracas in the house.
Really?
I mean, it makes a lot of smell. And so my wife gets a little salty when I air fry things. Well, it's not so much when it's something little, but if it's like a pork tenderloin.
Okay, yeah. Now, if you're going, I will say that the first time I got my air fryer, the first thing I did was like, ooh, you can cook a steak in this. And I did that, and it was fine.
Yeah.
It wasn't nearly as good as one that I, pan seared and cooked off on a stove.
Although the pork roast was tasty in the air fryer.
Sure.
That was a 10.
But
it stunk up the whole house.
But like reheating pizza the next day, if you have like a couple of slices of pizza,
it's great
the air fryer is the best for that.
That's what I do.
Stuff like that. But like shout out Thomas, frozen chicken nuggets, great for that. French fries, fantastic for that.
I like to make my own version of Allsup's burritos out of there.
Oh yeah.
And what I do is I buy the
El Monterey.
Yeah, the El Monterey, and I go green chili.
Those got recalled though. Did you hear about that?
Oh, did they?
Yeah, a bunch of them did. Yeah, like
I got a big old 8-pack in my fridge.
You might want to check some production dates.
All right, I will. But normally I like to grab the ones with the green chili, the green bag, and then what you do is I like to go 3 because they're kind of little.
Right.
So I grab 3, and I will put them in the microwave for like a minute.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because you got to soften the innards first.
Heat the innards. And then
because that outside's going to cook a lot faster than that inside.
And then I'll put it in the air fryer. But what I usually do is I'll go and Pam it all down.
Yeah.
Like I'll spray Pam on the sheet and on the burritos. I'll just spray it all down.
Pam on the burritos?
Pam, yeah.
I don't know how I feel. Are you saying pan or Pam? I don't know how I feel about Pam.
Well, it's just oil and butter.
Yeah, but you could butter up your burritos and...
I could, but I'm in a hurry usually, so I just...
I'm just trying to get burritos into my face.
So I'm just spraying everything. I'm like, it's butter. Yep, there it is.
Now, you obviously use the butter-flavored Pam.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'm not a monster.
Yeah, what am I, savage? So, and then I drop that bad boy in there for about 8 minutes, and I have delicious Allsup's burritos.
They're not bad. They're not bad. You got to have yourself a little paper sleeve handy. The ones that bug me, because like I'll go on TikTok and see people will make like full-blown like macaroni and cheese like dishes inside their air fryer. I'm like, sure you can do that, but what a nightmare to clean up.
Yeah, that seems a lot of effort. Like there's other ways to get your mac and cheese without creating so much of
exactly. It's such a huge mess. My mindset is the air fryer is self-cleaning. When you heat it up to a certain level, it kills off any bacteria that's in there.
And I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little bit like that myself.
I felt it when I said it.
So part of the problem when I cook anything is it cooks all the remnants of whatever else.
But do you have the crisping tray?
Oh yeah,
inside of it, yeah.
Well, and I'm gonna guess there's probably several years of Totino's pizza toppings that dribbled off on that bottom and just baked into it.
Every 2 or so months, I'll take the crisping tray out and just give it a good wipe down.
By the way, the toaster oven is
rid
a
of the
10 for Totino's party pizzas.
Oh,
too.
absolutely.
If you like the little $2-3, they used to be 98 cents or 89 cents. Now those are about $3 a pop now. Those bad boys, pop them in my toaster. Mine, I go about 12 minutes, and that's about my good for me.
Here's a pro tip for you. If you undercook one of those pizzas and then cut it into fourths, you have a school pizza. That is the exact school cafeteria pizza.
I think it's half. I think if you have it, it's about the same size.
Okay, but undercook it because it has to be that kind of that flimsiness.
I like the undercook.
Do you?
Well, I don't like it because
if it's a thin crust to me, I like it cracker crisp.
On those Totinos, I like a little middling on that.
Okay.
I like a little give, but I like the crispy.
So you like a bit of a fold to it.
A little bit.
Okay.
But I want that crunch still there. And
sure.
so I do about 12 minutes gets me there because if you go a little longer, it darkens it up, makes it too crackery. If it's too light, then it's too doughy.
Thin crust to me is it's real hit or miss.
Yeah.
Like Little Caesars thin crust was weak. That their game was weak for a while until they came into like the thin and crispy.
Yeah.
But Domino's thin crust pizza is absolutely where it's at. You get those corner pieces that are like just crackers.
Right.
That's the
and
best.
to me, this is why I like Dion's so much. Because Dion's crust reminds me of the closest. So like if you go to like New York and go to a pizza place and get a piece of pizza. You know, that to me is that's the one seed of
style.
pizza.
Yeah.
There is no other pizza better than that New York style. You go in there and they got the big folding slice, and that's how the good Lord intended pizza to be.
That's right.
The way I see it.
With that good ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with green chili, just like in New York.
And Dion's is the closest to achieving that in this part of the world. So that's why, I mean, I like, every once in a while I'll go for a Papa John's or a Domino's or one of those pizzas. Sure. But even like when because both of them have like a Brooklyn style, and it's not.
It's not the same.
It's not. I mean, it's all right, but it's not.
Right.
Like comparing to the actual Brooklyn style.
So when it comes to pizza, obviously Dion's is the GOAT. But when it comes to breakfast in Roswell, McDonald's, that's the GOAT.
Ray Kroc and Ronald McDonald are our leaders.
God bless them.
Big thank
on that
you.
Mount Rushmore, and then like Nick Snowberger.
There you go.
Nick and John too, because his dad deserves a spot.
Oh, absolutely. Maybe more innard.
That's right.
Nick. Nick will be on the outside.
I've reached that point in my life where I can go up to people and be like, "I worked for your father."
Yeah. So, but big thank you to McDonald's.
Yes.
They provide us with breakfast treats, scrumptious, tasty breakfast treats each and every. And Jocelyn put us onto something 1 week ago that I have not tried yet that I need to, and I think she may have blown the game.
If it's what
up.
we're talking about, okay.
You tried it, didn't you?
A sausage and cheese, no egg. Now I know you go egg, but sausage and cheese McGriddle.
Yeah.
McGriddle, because that's key.
Yes, it's
and then
the
you
McGriddle.
get that sweet chili jam on it. And I said this last week. I said this off air. Best bite in breakfast.
Yeah.
It's all of it. It's
And that's
the
a bold
sweet,
statement.
It's the heat, it's the meat, it's all of it.
So we give you a little suggestion for this morning. Go to McDonald's, order your favorite McGriddle sandwich, whether you want to go just meat only or meat, cheese, and egg, or whatever combination of the sale there.
The bacon with that would be.
Bacon would be good, but I'm always been the syrup and sausage are the one seed of sweet and savory.
I agree
for breakfast. So I think for the first time I would go sausage, and then ask for a packet of that sweet spicy jam, one of the new limited edition flavors for your dippins. Mambo's great, but keep that for lunch.
Yeah, so that's more of a nugget sauce.
Yeah, that's not a breakfast fare. The sweet and spicy jam, it's good at every party.
It really is.
It's good at any party. But anyway, get you the McGriddle of whichever form you want, and then get you some of that sweet and spicy jam. Just slather a little layer of that in that sandwich, and you'll thank us later.
It's my jam. It's
Sweet,
real good. It's real
savory
good.
and spicy combination. I'm excited to try it. Jocelyn said it was delicious. You said the best. You just heard it here first. The best bite in breakfast.
Yep.
I trust those opinions on this. I am going to. I can't wait to try it myself.
I took a bite, set it down. It was like, oh my God. It was just one of those like, wow.
Yeah. So big thank you to McDonald's, and thank the madcap scientists at McDonald's for inventing the sweet and spicy jam, because that's an amazing combo. Download the app, order your food, get drive through, dine in, delivery, whatever is your way of choosing. They got you covered. And I'm telling you, save yourself the time hassle. Pro move is order through the app.
Yep.
They'll give you a 4-digit code. You slap that code to the drive-through person. They say thank you, and then they give you a bag of food, and then you're gone.
There's not
It's
very
quick and
many
easy.
opportunities that you get to feel like VIP important in front of your kids.
Yeah.
And that's one of them.
That
when
is.
you roll up to the window and they're like, Rashawn? I'm like, yes, sir.
Nah.
They go, just go move on. And my kids are like, wow.
That's right. Ball of status.
They don't look up to me very often.
But
There's not very often I garner my kids' respect. But a McDonald's drive-thru, that's one of those places.
I'm telling you, it's the little victories.
That's right. You got to carve them out where you can.
Exactly. So swing on by any McDonald's today, and if you're hitting it for breakfast this morning, might I recommend a McGriddle sandwich, pair it with that sweet and spicy jam. So let me give you the rundown. We got a full slate. Can you see which guests are here? I have 2 sets that may be coming in. We got the Dodge Boys coming in this morning here, Scott Gilmore and Brady Deering. Give us an update on what's going on over at Richland Dodge. We're also scheduled to have the folks from Victory Outreach join us this morning, Pastor Pat and Phil Wood. So we'll bring both of them in this hour.
Which set we have this
I think it might be our Richland guys. Is it our Richland guys? Just our Victory Outreach, or is it both there?
Look at Victory Outreach.
Okay, well, we'll bring them in first since they're here. Oh, it's Richland guys. Okay, cool. So we'll bring on our Richland guys.
I'm nearsighted, so I don't know. This is why you never ask the guy with the thick glasses to see who's waiting in the green room.
Yeah, and to be honest, my glasses are thick, but yours are thicker.
That's right.
Pull back the curtain. Last Friday, I was doing helping the Chris Deck call the game, and I can't see those numbers, man. I'm like sitting there. He's like, "Is that 7 or like?" I can't tell, man. I can't see those.
Should not use my word for this.
I don't do well with this.
I just see you there with opera glasses. Like,
that's right. I had them pick like 80,000 feet binoculars, like the Bugs Bunny style
the pervert goggles,
Looney Tune-esque type. Well,
eyeballs come out the end.
Yes, 5. But
there you go.
I can't see. So we're going to talk with the Dodge Boys here in just a few. The Victory Outreach folks show up here. We'll talk to them also this hour. In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, we're going to replay our interview we had with the folks from American Legion Post 61. They joined us on Wednesday, talked about Veterans Parade, talked about Reese Across America, talked about the Legion Post, and always looking for more folks to be a part of it. So we'll play that interview for you here at about 8:15 next hour. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, also on Wednesday, I'm sorry, that was Tuesday, we had Bonnie Vayo join us with Blue Cross Blue Shield and the Chaves County Health Council. She's part with them and Boys and Girls Club. They got a community health event coming up, and she would like to invite everyone to come out for that to get some community health stuff. So we're going to play that interview for you about 9:15 this morning. Plus, we'll have all of your features that include the news of the local variety, along with the news of the national variety, and your Wall Street business update, Cowboys report, and local sports, and whatever else we can come up with for today's show. Before we get you in anything else, settle back, get you one of those McGriddles with the sweet and spicy jam, and enjoy your weather. Cooler temps, mostly cooler temps. A little bit of moisture, but mostly cooler temps on the way.
Weather this hour is brought to you by Big O Tires in Roswell. Now through October 29th, save $100 instantly on select sets of tires at Big O Tires in Roswell. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We've got cooler temperatures coming up by Sunday. For now, we'll stay in the upper 70s for the afternoon high today and lots of sunshine. Maybe a light shower or thunderstorm overnight, dropping down to 60. And then we'll start off cloudy on Saturday, but turning sunny in the afternoon. It'll be a little bit warmer, our high in the low 80s with gusty wind. Cold front comes in on Sunday, cloudy and low 50s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 49 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity's at 74%. Winds are a bit blowing at out of the north at 14 right now. Sunny today, highs mid-70s. 74, what they're calling for today. North winds 5 to 15 miles per hour, although it's already on the 15 side as we speak. Tonight, there is a slight chance, a 20% chance at some showers here. Well, they're saying mainly after midnight, so you're probably okay if you're going out to the Wool Bowl tonight. But could see some rain overnight. Increasing clouds, overnight low 58, so it is relatively warm tonight. Winds will be out of the south at around 5 miles per hour. You probably need a light coat, but upper 50s for overnight low. So that will change, by the way. For you Saturday, one more day of warmth, mostly cloudy, but gradually getting sunny. High of 80. Winds will be out of the south 5 to 15 miles per hour. Saturday night, the winds and the temps start rolling in. 42 for an overnight low Saturday night, partly cloudy. South winds will be 10 to 15, shifting to the north 15 to 20. So we'll be breezy Saturday night. And that's bringing in that Arctic chill thing they were talking about on the news last night. We're looking at a slight chance of drizzle before noon on Sunday. But for the day, mostly cloudy, high of only 42. Winds will remain breezy out of the north, 15 to 25 miles per hour. Sunday night, cloudy skies, overnight low of 41. And then next week, definitely chilly for the first half. 47 and partly cloudy on Monday. Overnight low of 31 Monday night. So Sunday night and Monday night are overnight lows of 31. So you might be seeing freezing for the first time there Sunday night. And then Tuesday, we're going to be creeping back into the upper 50s, 57 for a high there. Low 60s by Wednesday, 63 there. And then we're pushing 70 by Thursday of next week. But for Sunday, Monday, next couple days here after Saturday, expect some cooler temps and maybe some freeze warnings and stuff. We'll see. All right, it is 7:25. We're going to take a quick 2-minute break, and then we're going to talk to the Dodge boys on the other side from Richland. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details. 2nd and Sycamore and 1309 Southeast Main.
Honey, read this. Seems Councilman Barry Foster didn't pay his water bill for over 2 years, owing almost $2,000.
How? They would have cut his water off.
State mandates the water service couldn't be cut during COVID.
This says the Fosters make around $150,000 a year, and they refuse to pay their water bill?
Since Barry Foster's been on city council, city debt has tripled. With rising crime, he voted against hiring 5 new police officers.
And the city delayed vital repairs to our drinking water system. Now, repair costs have skyrocketed.
It's time for a change.
Change by voting for Carlos Marujo.
He's a supervisor at Eastern New Mexico U. Carlos knows how inflation impacts Roswell's working families.
Carlos Marujo will demand Roswell live within its means. He respects taxpayers.
We can't afford 16 years of Councilman Barry Foster.
Our Values PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising. Paid for by Our Values PAC. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
This October, Artesia General Hospital is here to help you take charge of your breast health. About 1 in 8 women in the U.S. will develop breast cancer. Understanding your family history and getting screened can help lower your risk and lead to early detection. They're pleased to offer advanced 3D mammography, providing increased early detection, more accurate results, and enhanced comfort. Don't wait. Request your mammogram today. Women over 40 don't need a physician's referral to schedule their annual screening. Visit artesiageneral.com/mammogram.
The average American spends 2.5 days a year looking for lost items. We aren't sure how long Europeans and Asians look for lost stuff. We lost the list. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 27 minutes after 7 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, the Dodge Boys from Richland Motors, the Dodge store, obviously. Scott Gilmore, Brady Deering back with us. Morning, gentlemen. How y'all doing today?
Good, sir. How are you doing?
Good.
How's life at the Dodge store this morning?
It goes on, man. We're enjoying the change in weather.
It's kind of nice. 106 is not so fun to stand out on a car lot with a bunch of metal and heat generating stuff, but
exactly.
When it's 70s and 80s, it's not so bad.
I know. We were standing outside yesterday. It was like 75, and we were complaining that it was hot. And I was just like, what are we doing?
I did the same thing yesterday. Because I'm stuck in this office a lot. So about 4 o'clock or so, I was walking out of here, and I'm like, man, it's hot out. I'm like, dude. I got to stop wearing my long sleeve shirt.
Too soon.
Yeah, I know. I get it there. But good news is if the weather is beautiful right now, if you want to walk the lot, if you still want to, I imagine you get different. Like, I'm guessing based on the age of your customer, they have different, like, routines for car shopping. You know what I mean? Like, I think guys like me that look like with less hair and gray hair look like this, we want to kick tires and walk around and touch things and smell things. Whereas I'm thinking our younger folks, they probably come in, they've already looked at the website, they've narrowed it down to a couple cars, and they kind of, you know what I mean? They've kind of got, all right, I'm down here. Where guys like me just walk in, it's like, I don't know, I just want to walk around. Like, I want a truck or something, but, let's go kick tires and see what's going on. Am I close or am I way off?
That younger generation seems to come in there and know what they're looking for.
Sure.
Versus peeking in the windows, walking by the other ones. They're set on what they're looking for when they go in there. Yeah.
Well, and I think it's because too is it's because they stay abreast with all the features and things, but I also think that for them some of the features pull in to wanting to buy the car. Whereas someone who's a little older, they probably, it's nice that it's got heated, cool seats and all that, but I needed to go drive 200,000 miles and you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think it's also priorities too, where some people do, and if you're a farmer rancher, you're probably looking for the functionality of a Ram or something like that. Mm-hmm. If you're a city dweller and things like that, you're probably looking for a Dodge, one of the Dodge vehicles that's got more bells and whistles and amenities and things like that. So you get, and it's where you do and where you come from is a big part of that too, I'm guessing. So what's kind of being the trend right now? What's as far as inventory things are, for the last 3 years, that inventory's always been, obviously hit or miss since COVID started here, and we kind of settled things in. But is it pretty steady flow now, or is it still get a little sparse on new inventory once in a while because it's still the world we live in?
Yeah. I mean, when we're ordering stuff, there's always stuff out there that we can't have, and
gotcha.
We got good people ordering our cars and our trucks, and they know what to order, what's gonna get here from the factory. Right now, we're stocking up on nice, cheap trucks. It's towards the end of the year, so
the Jeep Gladiators and stuff.
Oh yeah, we got Jeep Gladiators. We got big money off Gladiators. I'm talking more half-ton trucks. We got
I got you. Your Rams
cheap half-ton
and
trucks.
Okay.
Business owners out there towards the end of the year, they're going to need some nice trucks that'll work towards the end of the year. Maybe help with some tax breaks.
Well, you guys can help with like fleet vehicles and things too. If you have companies that are, hey, we oil field company, we need a bunch of Rams, and
yes,
they'd be
sir.
Like, we got you covered.
Sales and service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's the great part. Whether you're a company that needs 30 of them or just family needs one, you guys can take care of them. Make sure they're
got
good
them on
to
the
go.
lot.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. What's the big demand right now? Is it the Ram pickups that most people are after, or are they leaning towards other vehicles right now?
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, Ram pickups. They're hot right now just because a lot of our old classics, they got 10 or 15% off.
Okay.
So people are calling about those. I think we got like 14 of them on the lot right now.
Good deal.
Grand Cherokee L's. Those are hot. They got big rebates on them. So.
I'm glad they're kind of seem like they're making a comeback a little bit, because I think people kind of for a while wanted to go more Wranglers or more truck, or even when the Gladiators made the debut. I'm sure that so I was glad to see that some people are like, no, I love back to the old classic, beautiful luxury meets rugged with the Cherokee series.
Well, they had the
Grand
same look for so long.
Yeah.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. And then they gave it a nice little facelift. So,
growing up as a kid, to me, the Jeep Grand Cherokees were always your outdoor man's Cadillac, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Sense.
Yeah, especially when they were more popular in the 70s and 80s with the wood paneling on the sides and things. Like like you got one, and this is where probably younger people don't get it, because if you bought a truck in the 80s or 70s, and if you look at any trucks in those eras, they drive and look and handle like trucks. They're not like a car with the even the soundproofing and the ride and the strut. You know, I mean, when you drove a truck in the 80s, you're like, it's a truck. and then at some point they started making pickups with interiors nicer than some of your luxury cars. And we sit today, but the Jeep Grand Cherokee was always that one that, like, back in the day, it's like, if you need to rugged, you need to climb rocks and do all that, you can do that. But oh, by the way, we've got leather seats and we've got the latest in the amenities of the time here. And that Jeep was always that one brand that broke away from that. And we're like, no. Now, granted, you get a Jeep Wrangler, it's bare bones, but that Grand Cherokee was kind of tricked out.
And on those Grand Cherokees, too, a lot of people that are buying them, they're trading one right back in. So a lot of those people are Jeep loyal, in a sense.
Well, and Jeep, by brand, hold its value. I mean, the Wranglers really hold their value, but if you own a Jeep, generally the value of Jeeps don't depreciate as much as some other vehicle brands do. So if you're buying a Jeep, I wouldn't say it's an investment like a house or nothing, but odds are you own a Jeep and take care of it. By the time you turn it back in, you'll be surprised your trade-in values and stuff on it. You're like, wow, that was a lot better than I thought. So once you're in the Jeep family, I can see, because hello, I have a Jeep. That's me. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And we did just get a 24 model Wrangler on the lot as well, and they just did a new touchscreen update on it.
Okay.
So, brand new. They just came out with them, got one on the lot. Anyone been looking for one? We got it down there right now.
So what kind of event? I'm curious. I have a 2018. And I think the 2019 Wranglers is when they introduced the big moonroof thing on Jeeps.
On the Grand Cherokees?
No, this was on the Wranglers.
Yeah, the one touch.
Where you don't have to take the top off. It basically has an entire sunroof up there.
Yep.
So what's the 24 bringing now? I'm kind of curious what some of, because Jeep, especially the Wranglers, that's the one for me. I like some amenities, but you want it a little bare bones because it's a Jeep and you're supposed to do Jeep things. And the more sometimes bare bones, the more versatile as far as you can take it off the doors and all. That's a lot easier than because the more bells and whistles you put in, the more connections and connections and stuff you got to take off every time you take the doors off and all that. So and Wranglers, I've always been that kind of middle, but I'm not gonna lie. There's times where I'm like, I need two people to take this thing off. I just love that big moonroof. I just boop and zip it back. So I'm just curious, like, if they added some new bells and whistles to the Wranglers for 24 years.
Really, it's that touchscreen that they added because a lot of.
Is it like a bigger one?
Oh yeah, because all the manufacturers are going with the big touchscreens on there. That's what everyone's
I got that one little, and I ain't gonna lie, my glass is getting thicker, and there's days I'm like, what?
Exactly. Yeah. They added the 10-inch touchscreen.
Okay. And they've been in the Rams and stuff too, right? The bigger touchscreens.
Well, yeah, the big 12-inch one. Yeah, you got that big vertical 12-inch one available in the Rams. This is a 10-inch horizontal screen, so it covers more of your dash.
Okay. So it's going to look like a Tesla in there a little bit.
Yeah, it does. It does look different, you know.
That's cool.
They added more base features, so you're getting more for your money now in 24. But they also, kind of the opposite direction you were going, they added more features to the higher trim levels. So those expensive loaded Rubicons you got before, now you can get, power seats in them.
Okay. So they're bringing luxury to some of those Jeep, the Wranglers are, which I like some of that, and some of it I don't. Some of it's like, no, it's a Jeep. It's supposed to be.
Well, that's what's so great about Wranglers, you could order whatever you want.
Exactly. Well, and that's just it. Wrangler, like, I would argue maybe 2 model of vehicles that have probably like the club loyal fan base. Like, there's all organizations devoted just to the one is the Volkswagen Beetle. I think the other one is the Jeep Wrangler. You know how many Jeep Wrangler clubs, and then because that's like you said, you get 10 people that are Jeep Wranglers open, and every one of those owners are going to have a different way of that Jeep. Some are going to be uber tricked out, lifted. Others are going to, I want to keep it as original as possible. And then some are like, no, it's a work Jeep. I want it to, I want to make it bare bones like an Army vehicle. And others are like, no, I want it to have the most modern, everything. and all the Jeeps are awesome. It doesn't matter whether it's that one that's, kind of designed to look like something for World War II versus the one that, is the latest modern thing. And that's why I love Jeeps. It's just that community, and everyone's different. Each one is different. Each one's awesome, and really no two Jeeps are the same. It's kind of because of they're so customizable. You literally, if you buy a Jeep, you should test drive every one of them because everyone drives just a little different because they're all customized just a little bit different.
I agree.
But I love that. That's the part I love about it. So now's a good time if you're looking for Jeeps and looking for Gladiators, looking for trucks. Come on down to the Dodge store. Service department as well. I know you guys are always busy. They can handle all makes and models, but of course, if you've got and if you ever bought a vehicle through Richland, and any Richland, whether it's the GM store or the Dodge store, you're part of the brand champion program. So it behooves of you to visit the service centers and things, especially if you just bought it. If it's still under some of the warranties and things, you get free oil changes, things like that. But through the life of your vehicle, if you need rentals, you need service. Being that brand champion, and that's whether you buy a vehicle at the GM store or from the Dodge boys here, you get that for you're in the program. You're a brand champion, and you're in the club, and there's a lot of perks for that, and a lot of it's through the service department, and it's at both, whether it's the Dodge store or the GM store. They got you covered, and especially if you're like a Jeep guy. And maybe you're not the one that's good at mechanics and I want to put a new grill on it, want to put a new fog lights or whatever it is. Brand champion thing, bring it on in. And sometimes I'll help you. I know I when I got my custom bumper, I'm like, and they were like, no, go with this. So I kind of picked one out. And they took care of it, put it on and got it. They took care of everything on that. And I had a brand new bumper thanks to the Dodge boys. So They can do that for anybody. So good time to visit and do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
As far as on the horizon here, I know you do have an event we're planning for later in the fall here, but a little bit. Do you want to tease some of that now and kind of do that?
Stuff we got going on already this month. You touched on the Gladiators already.
Yeah.
Any of the trucks on the lot, whether it's a Gladiator or a 1-ton, I mean, we've got anywhere from $4,000 to $10,000 off of them.
Oh wow!
Including rebates.
So now you start to get big rebates and things. See, that was something that went away for a long time during COVID and things, and now we're starting to see those rebates come back. Especially when you get to Jeep World, they don't do a lot of rebates on some of those. Especially when you get into Gladiators and Wranglers, they don't have to. So the fact that they are now is a win-win for people looking for one.
That's where our biggest deals are, is on those Gladiators. I'm not kidding. Most of them got $7,000 to $10,000 off, whether it's a dealer incentive or a factory incentive. We got big money off trucks right
Excellent.
now.
And what I like about them is if you like the drive of a Wrangler, it still gives you that. Like I got to matter of fact, when I was getting my bumper replaced, they gave me a loaner, and it was a brand new red. This was a couple years ago, so it was maybe that first or second year they put out the Gladiators. I don't know when was that, around 2018, 2019?
2020, yeah.
Okay, it was right around that time, whenever that was. But
model year 20.
Yeah, I drove it, and it drove, it was a little bit bigger than my Wrangler, but it drove just like that, drove great. It was fun. It was, I'm telling you, that Gladiator, I'm always a Wrangler guy, but driving that when I'm done with my Wrangler, I'm going to look hard at the Gladiator. I'm like, might give me a Gladiator. I kind of, but it's a great vehicle. And again, if you love that Jeep customized, the Gladiators are the same way. You can do all that or not do all that. It's entirely up to you. It's like a Jeep with a pickup bed and a little bit more oomph for towing and stuff like that too.
All the deals we got going on right now, we're hoping we can carry them on over to next month. We're planning like a Black Friday all month long.
Okay.
So keep your eye out on that.
Black Friday, November.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I wasn't 100% sure what to call it, So we're just going to call it Black Friday all month.
Yeah, that works
Black
for
Friday,
me.
November.
People understand it. It's like, all right, good savings, good deals. And and by the way, too, if you're looking for more fuel-efficient vehicles and stuff, Richland's got you covered on the Dodge lot and on the GM store if you don't see something new or if you're looking for pre-owned. Speaking of pre-owned, how's the pre-owned lot right now? You guys got good selection of pre-owned vehicles, too?
Yeah, we've got some nice trucks out there right now. Priced pretty well, nice low mileage ones. I've got.
Although it sounds like the incentives on the new ones are pretty good. You might want to look at those first before you look at pre-owned on some of the trucks. But,
yeah.
But if that still doesn't meet your fancy, then come on down to the pre-owned side. They got late model, low mileage, all kinds of great.
Speaking of pre-owned, we got a used TRX with low miles on the lot right now.
Ooh.
It's fancy. You need to come by and see it if you're into the supercharged truck segment.
You might want to leave your spouse at home to she's going to talk you out of that one. So come solo.
No, definitely come look at it. We got it right up front, and
that sounds cool. Yeah,
it's ready to go.
Speaking of muscle cars and things, you got some Chargers and Challengers hanging around too.
Yeah,
okay.
We've got a few new ones.
Okay,
I think we got a couple SXTs, a GT.
Okay.
Those got money off as well. I mean,
Good
I don't know that there's more than 2 vehicles on the lot right now that don't have money off or some nice factory incentives at least.
That's surprising because like you said, we were in a world where rebates. What are those things? We don't do those anymore, and now we're starting to see that all come back again here. So that's good, especially when you're seeing Jeep do it. That's a big that's kind of a big deal because they're always late to the game when it comes to that. Because they don't have to. Their products kind of sell themselves, and they have a fan base that are like, I don't care, I'm still buying it. Yeah, you can overcharge me, I'd still buy it. Because they believe in the product. That's great. And so please come on down, and then of course, looking at it might be a car show coming up on the horizon here. Yep. We'll give you more details on that as we get closer to that event. But you don't have to wait till I guess Black Friday, November to save. You can come on down this weekend here and take it. Especially some of these other vehicles, because of the way they're priced and some of these incentives. If you're going to try to play the hold out till November game, you might lose because someone might say, "No, I'm taking it right now," and then you wait till next week and it may not be here anymore. So
you're right. Yeah.
So if you find the vehicle you want, whether online or if you're walking around. Jump on it now because the deals are good, and if you wait, someone's going to be like, "Yeah, I like it. I'm going to get it right now," and you'll snooze, you lose on some of these. So.
Yeah, and then with Christmas coming up, Black Friday, and everything, we do have some banks. If you qualify, we could do 45 to 90 days without a payment on the vehicle. So help you just get past Black Friday, Christmas, while you still get that vehicle you're wanting.
Absolutely, especially if you got a lot more Christmas shopping to do, and you're like. Not the best time to start down payments here. We'll pick that up in January, and then but in the meantime, we'll finish our Christmas here, and then when all that's done, we can start making our payments on our brand new vehicle. So definitely reach out, and that's another thing too. Richland, whether it's the Dodge store or the GM store, they have great relationships with many lenders. You guys know Freddie. Freddie's kind of the king of working the deals and things, and he's shared his tutelage with all at the Richland side, and so they do great at fighting for you and getting and finding having relationships with many different lenders. So they can probably make headway where some other places don't get to make that headway. So because they use their relationships to help you, and that's and so if you're a little worried about that stuff, then talk to the Richland guys. Talk to the Dodge boys. If you're into a GM, talk to the Richland boys over at the GM side, and let them work with you. That's their jam. That's what they do is helping people out, finding ways to make these affordable and creating a payment plan or creating a path that it does work for your budget and work for your family. So talk to them. This is what you guys do for a living. You do it day in and day out. I don't know. You probably go to bed dreaming about numbers swirling in your heads and things. It's like interest rate 4%, incentives. Yeah, I'm sure that goes on there too. And then I would also offer this. I don't know if these guys would agree, but if you are one of the ones that likes to walk around and kick the tires and shop and talk to people and visit, might behoove you to show up around lunchtime Just saying. Because odds are pretty good they're going to give you lunch if you'd walk around. They'll be like, hey, you want some pizza, some chicken, and while you're there. So if you want to score extra food and some free perks, maybe roll in about 11:30, 12, any given day, and then hit them up. And they'd be like, hey, we're having some chicken. Come on, grab a chicken. We'll go walk the lot. It
happens.
It does happen. So go. I'm just saying, extra points for free lunch. Good deal. What else? Is there anything did we get it all, or is there anything else we want to make sure we cover?
Yeah. Our main thing, man, is just if you're in a sticky situation right now, we got big incentives.
Sure. And I'm guessing you're seeing a lot too of and we talked a little bit about this with you guys last time, where there are still people that maybe got a new car during COVID, but it wasn't the blue they wanted, or it was a 2-door instead of a 4-door, or it had cloth seats instead of leather seats, whatever it was. There's one little thing that wasn't there, so they trade them back in because now inventory and selection's a little bit better, which means there's a lot of pre-owned vehicles that are pretty brand new, but problem is the person who had it before it was aqua blue instead of navy blue or something like that.
Exactly.
So you make out like a bandit with a brand new car, but you don't pay the new car price because now you got a late model vehicle that was just slightly not what the person was looking for, and you save big on that. So that's a good time for that kind of thing too. So definitely ask about that. Work with their folks here, and if you've been kind of holding out on getting especially a Ram pickup or a Jeep Gladiator right now, now's the time. This is the time where the sweet spot, the sales, the incentives, the rebates are as sweet as they've been in a long time. Definitely get in and get there while selection's at its best. Like I said, we got Black Friday, November, all November long, so you're going to get some great savings. But if you see a vehicle on the lot that you love right now, between now and the 1st, don't wait till November, because odds are someone else is eyeballing that vehicle too.
The deals are so good this month. We're just trying to carry them over to next month. We're trying to figure out a way to keep it going.
Keep this train going, so to
exactly.
speak.
So
and
you're not missing out if you come in today, but you'll definitely gain if you come next month as well.
And another thing I want to brag on you guys, and this is your GM boys and you guys at the Dodge Boys here. They really work hard with their customers and earning business, and the mindset in all of Richland is we don't want to just sell you a car today. We want to be your trusted source for cars for your family for the rest of your life. So when you buy that Ram or that Jeep, and then in 5, 10, 15 years, however long you keep cars, you're ready to turn that thing in or put it to pasture. They want you to come back to Richland and pick up that next vehicle. Or when your son or daughter hits that dreaded 16 and gets the license and you're ready for the next vehicle for them. They want to talk to Richland, and that's what they're building here with relationships. So whenever you go, and it doesn't matter if it's the Dodge store or the GM store on Second here, the staff is dedicated. They love working with you, helping with you, and they're very good at making, especially if you're uncomfortable or not knowledgeable or intimidated by the whole process. They're very good at, guiding you through that, explaining what's going on, and giving you the good, the bad, the ugly on it, being honest with you and say, all right, we can work you here. Now, if we do it this way, it's going to be a little trickier because you're going to have to do this. But they give you all your options and kind of let you figure out what's best for you and help you navigate through that. They want to help you so it's the best deal for you, too. Again, they don't want you to sell you a car that you go off the lot and can't afford it, and then we have to go. They want to make sure that you're happy, love that car, and then when you're done with it, you come for the next one. So getting you to overpay now is not a good way to do that down the road. So they're working hard to give you the best deal. So, and I know your you guys at the Dodge store, Dodge Boys, do that all the time, and I can attest the same thing at the GM store. They do the same thing.
Yeah.
Good deal. Do we get it all?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. No, you hit it right on the head.
Well, come on down. Of course, if you're not familiar, the Dodge store is there at the Y, Southeast Main and Main. Can't miss it. You'll see a bunch of Jeeps and Ram pickups right there. Yeah. And, of course, the GM store on Second, right there by Champion Motorsports as you're heading towards Ruidoso out of town that way. And if you're looking for a GMC, Cadillac, or any Chevy products or everything, come on down to the GM store. And, of course, if you're looking for your Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, and Jeep, come on down to the Dodge Boys here, and they got you covered. And then, of course, if you're looking pre-owned, hit both lots. Hit them all and just see which vehicle speaks to you on those lots. They got a good selection of both. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Good deal. Well, thank you guys. I'm sure you got a couple of fires to stomp out when you get there in the morning. So, I think is Fritz still doing car washing?
I'm not too sure. I think.
Okay, because I know if you get there early enough, he might wash your car if he likes it. So I don't want you to get out of missing your car wash. So
I didn't get the memo on that one.
He did it for me once. We were doing a remote, we did the morning show at the Dodge store. This was years ago.
He had the truck out.
Yeah, and I my Jeep was parked out and just parked there doing it. The next thing you know, Fritz pulls up with his car wash and he was washing. Next thing you know, he's washing my Jeep. I was like, does he know that's not for sale? That's my Jeep. And he's like, oh yeah, he just does it for the people.
Yeah, you got to pull in and put it on the line when he's not paying attention.
Yeah. It's like, don't sell my Jeep. He goes, no, he just does that for the people. He likes, who's that guy's Jeep? He didn't like that guy. Thank you, guys. We'll see you all next time.
Awesome.
Have a good weekend.
It's a pleasure.
Everyone have a good one.
Anytime. We'll see you next time. It is 7:53. Let's pause for news, your Kim Commando update, your Chaves County sports update. Quick break as well. Don't go away.
Now your Pecos Valley news update. I'm Jared Cirillo. A Roswell man guilty of second-degree murder and child abuse. Jorge Rico Rivera will face up to 18 years in prison when he's sentenced in December. In January of 2020, Isela Mauricio Sanchez was found deceased in her home by her father after the family couldn't reach her for days. The victim lived with her and Rico Rivera's 2 children, an 8-year-old daughter and 3-year-old son. The victim's daughter was alive and had been abandoned in the home by the defendant, but their son was gone, presumed to have been taken by Rico Rivera. Shortly after the victims were found, Roswell police obtained an arrest warrant for the defendant and issued an Amber Alert for the 3-year-old boy. In March of 2022, 2 years later, Rico Rivera was extradited from Mexico after he and his son were located there. Children will be able to enjoy a safe and fun event on Halloween as the City of Roswell and Waymaker Church put on this year's Fall Festival. The free event takes place Tuesday from 4 to 8 p.m. at the Roswell Convention Center. Outside events from 4 to 8. Inside events will be available from 5:30 to 8. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
If you want misinformation, look no further than X, formerly Twitter. And no, I'm not saying that X is spreading misinformation, but Musk haters are. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by LinkedIn Jobs. Post a job for free and find qualified candidates quickly at linkedin.com/Kim. I'm not a huge Elon Musk fan. I respect him, but I'm not out to get him. But many in the media are, for allowing opinions they don't like back on Twitter or X, for allowing Trump back on, and for not censoring conservatives and conservative politicians who remain on the site. The attacks are primarily false, so-called news stories claiming that users and advertisers are abandoning X in droves and that bankruptcy can't be far away. In truth, it's the opposite. While some Musk haters did leave X, politicians, government agencies, microbloggers, and tens of millions of others remain, and much to the disappointment of Musk's enemies, X isn't going anywhere. Stay tech smart the easy way. I'll do the work for you. Get my free newsletter and sign up at getkim.com. Before your life goes into overdrive for the holidays, the holidays are almost here, I want you to protect your home with Simply Safe Home Security. You can get a brand new system today for 40% off by heading to simplysafekim.com. Simply Safe's my top pick, and U.S. News & World Report just named them the best home security of 2023. With Simply Safe, you get comprehensive protection for your whole home, inside and out, including HD cameras and advanced sensors to detect break-ins, fires, floods, and more. And you get 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. That's half the cost of traditional home security. With the Smart Alarm wireless indoor camera and LifeGuard protection, agents can see and speak directly to intruders, stopping crime in real time, all backed by Simply Safe's money-back guarantee. For a limited time, save 40% on any new system with a Fast Protect plan. Visit simplysafekim.com. That's simplysafekim.com. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We've got cooler temperatures coming up by Sunday. For now, we'll stay in the upper 70s for the afternoon high today and lots of sunshine. Maybe a light shower or thunderstorm overnight, dropping down to 60. And then we'll start off cloudy on Saturday, but turning sunny in the afternoon. It'll be a little bit warmer, our high in the low 80s with gusty wind. Cold front comes in on Sunday, cloudy and low 50s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. Big victory yesterday for the Goddard Rockets boys soccer team, nipping Lovington 3-2, and that means that Goddard broke the district tie with Lovington. Goddard's now 4-2, Lovington's 3-3 in district, but Artesia still has a say in this. They'll be playing Portales tonight at 6 o'clock. With a victory, Artesia would move into a tie to end the regular season with Goddard. Also today in boys soccer, it's the end of the regular season for the Roswell Coyotes at 9-10 overall, hosting Clovis. That starts at 6 o'clock. Girls soccer, Goddard at 10-6-2 overall, 3-1-1 in district, will be taking on Portales. That starts at 4 o'clock. Roswell at Clovis at 6:30 this evening. And volleyball, Goddard playing at Artesia, 6:30 start. That should be a good one. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Ken Lorman. The UN Secretary General has announced the appointment of a 39-member global advisory panel to report on international governance of artificial intelligence and its risks, challenges, and key opportunities. The group will issue preliminary recommendations by the end of the year and final recommendations by the summer of 2024. Amazon on Thursday reported strong revenue and profits from the summer months, driven by growth in online sales and its advertising business. And Google is beginning its defense against a federal lawsuit accusing it of illegally thwarting competition for its search engine. The Justice Department accuses the tech giant of using anti-competitive tactics to maintain dominance in internet search. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Ken Lorman in Washington.
Asian Market brings the flavors of the East to Roswell. The market side has lots of new and different items, including new sauces and noodles to enhance your Asian dishes, plus new snacks and more. And the restaurant inside Asian Market has all Nook's favorites from 11 to 5, like wontons, egg drop, rice or noodle soup, crispy calamari, and the best barbecue fried rice in town. Dine in or call ahead for easy pickup. And find Asian Market on Facebook for updates on open times and specials.
Hi, this is Nok. Come see me at Asian Market, 5702 South Main in Roswell. Call 575-840-5309.
Your home for Armed American Radio is 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. In Maine, a suspected killer remains on the loose. Robert Card is wanted for 2 mass shootings, killed 18 people in Lewiston, Maine. Resident April Stevens among many people sheltering in place.
Everybody pray. Pray for those that are hurt. Pray for the families that have a loss.
Earlier, heavily armed police surrounded a home in Bowdoin as they searched for Card, but they left hours later after finding that he was not there. American F-16 fighters have bombed a couple of sites in eastern Syria, said to be linked to Iran's Revolutionary Guard. The BBC's Shingang Yoka in Washington says the airstrikes come in response to recent attacks on U.S. military personnel and bases in the region.
Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin described the strikes as narrowly tailored and intended to protect and defend U.S. personnel in both Iraq and Syria. Over the last week and a half, the U.S. has come under increasing attacks from Iranian-backed militia in the region, and more than a dozen U.S. personnel have been injured. There are fears that other Middle Eastern countries could join the war between Israel and Hamas. The U.S., which is backing Israel in the conflict, was at pains to emphasize that its strikes are separate from that ongoing conflict.
And Israel launched another incursion into the Gaza Strip overnight. Israeli forces, backed by fighter jets and drones, carrying out a second ground raid into Gaza in as many days. The IDF says it struck targets on the outskirts of Gaza City as it prepares for a widely expected full-scale ground offensive. Ford Motor Company workers are going back to their jobs now that the United Auto Workers Union has a tentative contract deal with the automaker. Meanwhile, talks with General Motors and Stellantis continue. Watching Wall Street, the Dow is down 91 points, while the Nasdaq trading 88 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
China's foreign minister is holding out hopes for improved U.S. ties during a 3-day visit to Washington.
Wang Yi, China's top diplomat, speaking through a translator, says communications between Washington and Beijing need to be improved.
China and the United States need to have dialogue. Not only should we resume dialogue, the dialogue should be in-depth and comprehensive.
Wang will visit with his counterpart, Secretary of State Antony Blinken, and other high-level U.S. officials, including possibly President Joe Biden. Both countries appear eager to stem any further decline in their ties. Norman Hall, Washington.
Chinese telecom equipment maker Huawei Technologies reports its profits edged higher in the first 3 quarters of this year. This is despite U.S. sanctions that have hindered both its sales and its purchases of advanced technology. Former President Trump sanctioned the company, accusing it of spying for Communist China. News and analysis at townhall.com. A National Hockey League standout is off the ice, at least for now.
The NHL announced it has suspended Ottawa Senators forward Shane Pinto for 41 games for activities relating to sports wagering. In a statement released Thursday, the league says its investigation found no evidence that Pinto wagered on NHL games and considers the matter closed. The 22-year-old center has yet to appear in NHL games this season after playing in all 82 games last year. A former second-round draft pick and New York native, Pinto has scored 21 goals, including a career-high 20 last season in 99 career NHL games. I'm Gethin Coolbaugh.
Former President George W. Bush, former Rangers owner, will throw out the ceremonial first pitch before Texas plays the Arizona Diamondbacks in the World Series opener tonight. This will be Mr. Bush's 4th World Series ceremonial first pitch. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to our The Deuce of Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Friday.
You buddy.
It is Friday. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, shout it from the rooftops.
Tell your greasy grandmama.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday morning. And Football Friday, the final football of district play.
In case you hadn't heard, kind of a big deal football game at the Wool Bowl tonight is the battle.
We'll go down,
for Roswell. As Roswell Coyotes got a Rockets square off in the Wool Bowl tonight.
By the way, Goddard is the home team.
Yes.
And Roswell. So if you're going tonight to the game, Roswell fans, you will go through the visitors' gates and all that and go through. They're not letting people cross the field.
Right.
So if you're there to support the Coyotes, you're going to go through the visitors' gates and go right to the visitors' side.
Otherwise, you're going to be one red and a sea of blue.
And Goddard, you will go through the home gates and to the home side. So
going to keep you separated.
But it's going to be a big game. Now we will have all the perspectives on La Radio and La Video for you. If you'd like to hear the Roswell perspective of the game tonight with Art and Kelly, we'll have that for you right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Pre-game, we're going to say roughly 6:30, 6:40. That'll start up. Kickoff at 7. You can also watch live streaming video of that broadcast, ksvptv.com. Click on the Roswell Coyote channel to get the Roswell Coyote perspective.
Yes, sir.
Goddard Rocket fans, if you'd like to have the Chris's, Coach Chris Deck and Coach Chris Roybal call hear that call of the game, that'll be on our sister station, 106.1 FM Fierro.
We put one Chris in each ear.
That's right. And that pregame will start again around 6:40 or so. Kickoff will be at 7. Same game, just the different perspectives. And likewise,
same camera angles.
Yes,
also.
the video will be the same as far as what the angles and everything. The difference will be the announcing,
commentary,
the audio that comes with it.
Yep.
So if you want the Goddard Rocket perspective, ksvptv.com, Goddard Rocket channel. However, that is secondary. If you can go to the Wool Bowl tonight, pack the Wool Bowl. I want to see a sea of red on one side and a sea of blue on the other.
That's right.
On the appropriate sides. And
I want
pack that
the
Wool Bowl
tonight to look like a Pepsi logo.
There you go. But with green in the middle.
Yeah. Like right where the Pepsi would be, football game.
Yeah, exactly. So, but definitely get out there, pack the Wool Bowl tonight, and cheer on your teams.
Tell your friends, tell your family worldwide. They can watch at ksvptv.com. I say worldwide, but I think we're blocked in North Korea.
Yeah, if you're in North Korea.
I'm pretty sure it's that we don't make the DPRK.
Although I see from time to time people watching broadcasts in the Middle East and other places.
I like to think that there's somewhere like a freedom fighter on the South Korean side of the border who is currently floating balloons with jump drives over the North Korean border with copies
of our
football
broadcast
games from ksvptv.com.
I like to think that too.
That's what I like to think.
Maybe that guy, the army guy that ran over and over, maybe that's what he was doing.
That's exactly what he was doing.
Not what the news tells you. He was
ran
trying
across the DMZ.
He was trying to smuggle our high school football tapes into North Korea.
Desperate to show people the undefeated streak of the 2023 Roswell Coyotes. I understand. It makes total sense.
That does to me too. Mystery solved.
Fight on, friend.
Till you have one. Sorry. Sons of Washington. Sorry. Which, by the way, the beginning of the end has started for my Commanders. And what I mean by that...
Already?
Well, what I mean by that is after last weekend's performance, I'm pretty sure the people in the building right now need to start packing their stuff. Because on Wednesday they hired the first big hire of the new ownership era.
Right.
Was this like legendary analytics guy. And when I hear that, that spells Ron, pack your stuff.
Yeah. It's not looking good for you and your team.
Don't they may let you finish out the year, but you ain't gonna be in Washington.
Anytime you look at like somebody that comes in to analyze things, like to break things down and show you where there's holes. Yeah, there's gonna be some layoffs. It's not pretty.
Methinks they're gonna clean house, and so we'll see. Now will be Eric Bieniemy running the show? I don't know. I think that depends on what goes on the rest of this year, whether he's going to be running the show.
Right.
But if they get more of last week, Eric Bieniemy will not be running the show anywhere in Washington.
Now, at the beginning of this season, you were pretty confident about your team and about their performances. So what?
I like Eric Bieniemy.
Where to go?
I still like it. I know that this team is not there yet. What it's not the losing. It's the fact that they have so much money and draft picks invested in that defense.
Mhm.
They should not be giving up the kind of points to the teams they're giving up.
Sure.
And when that happens, that spells coaching. When you have the talent on the field ain't getting it done, 9 times out of 10, that means coaching's
So
not
you're
doing
saying
their
it's
job.
Eric Anemone that's the problem?
Well, not him because he's offense.
I just really wanted to say Anemone.
Eric Bieniemy
Anemone
is the offensive
Anemone.
coordinator. So what's the defense is doing? Now, to be honest, Eric Bieniemy has made the offense look better than it was last year. I would argue their big problem is they have a young quarterback that's still learning, but I think he's got the stuff, but he's still learning. And they have an offensive line that is Swiss cheese. And when you have a young rookie quarterback that is he's not rookie. He's
so
a
their
second
offensive line is delicious. I understand.
Yeah, but their offensive line can't stop water. They're just awful, and that's the problem. And so I don't know if they're going to see that or they're going to say Eric should have figured that one out. He didn't. Go figure it out somewhere else.
I gotta tell you, I blacked out. As soon as I heard that his name sounded like Anemone, all I could think was, well, the main problem is that he's surrounded by clownfish all the time. I mean, that's the main problem. And every fiber in my being was trying to smile, nod, and listen while that was raging in the back of my head. All the way up until you said Swiss cheese, and then I'm like, oh, so their defensive line is delicious. No, I understand.
said food.
Yeah, and just snapped me right back in.
Yeah, that's most of my life.
But yeah, no, that is a problem. But that's also not necessarily a problem that falls onto one category. I feel like there's a lot of places that need to be adjusted, maybe not necessarily just the coaching staff.
Well, oh yeah, there's front office, but put it this way. I love Ron Rivera as a man and as a person of picking people of character and all that. He's very good. The problem is, I think he's a little out of touch on calling plays, and he doesn't call plays and stuff, but I think he's out of touch on the X's and O's.
Mhm.
I think the younger generations with their crazier schemes and more air attacks and less ground game and all that stuff, I think that is an era that passes Ron Rivera by.
Right.
And I think I want something a little bit more, like you look at what's going on in Miami and, say what you want, but that offense is a juggernaut.
Mhm.
And they've confused people. Now, defenses are going to catch up at some point and figure them out.
Sure.
But I want that guy. I want the guy that's baffling people on defense.
Mhm.
I want that guy, and Ron Rivera's not that guy.
He's not that guy.
Yeah.
I think if you give me enough time, by I'm going to say Tuesday of next week, I can have a drop that just says this. Just Mike Winter saying, "I love a man."
Wouldn't be the first time.
Just saying, I can get that. I can get that done.
I could be criminally attached to many things with all the audio of me out there that people could take and put together and make me sound like I'm Hitler at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, but anyway, big football game tonight at
Absolutely.
the Wool Bowl. That's where that started. Get on out there. Big thank you to McDonald's.
Mhm.
They provide us delicious breakfast treats each and every Friday. Although I heard they're out of the sweet and spicy sauce right now. Now, is that all McDonald's or just
I don't know.
our downtown
I'm going
one?
to check the other ones.
Okay.
I will say this. I currently have 3 of them sitting at home.
And we have one in the studio.
I have one in the studio. I might eBay 2 of these. I mean, it's real
I'd like to
tempting.
say it's a temporary outage, and there's available at some of the north or south locations.
Possibly.
I'm hoping. But because
that's real, like that's cold, McDonald's.
Well,
you
they're
get me
popular.
hooked. You got me hooked on a feeling.
They're popular and they're great and they're tasty and there's a reason why.
But this has been a good year for McDonald's limited edition items.
Mhm.
The blueberries and cream pie
It was a 10.
was an 11. That
Yeah.
thing was phenomenal.
Yep.
And I mean, it's just been banger after banger.
Yep.
It's been the season of the win for McDonald's.
The R&D folks at McDonald's have been hitting grand slams
I like to
every
think
time.
they have like Mr. Beast on staff. They're just like, we're gonna try something new this week.
You know what? Maybe next hour I'm going to ask this. Like, Mr. Beast is all over the place with products, food, everything. But what got Mr. Beast famous? Was he social media or was he selling products?
Famous got him famous. He was a YouTuber.
Okay.
He started 17 years ago, we'll call it, like
Okay.
doing YouTube videos. And it was just like the first generation of YouTubers. Casey Neistat, Philip DeFranco. A lot of them are still out there doing their thing. It's
Right.
just he was one of those that just consistently stayed on that hustle. And his gimmick is what sort of drew people into him, which is, this week I'm going to stock this storefront with all kinds of merchandise, and I'm going to make everything free and let people come in and shop and get whatever they want for free. Or like, this week I'm going to buy 13 cars and give them to, that's his whole thing, is he gives people opportunities to win
He does the Oprah
things.
thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oprah's Favorite Things episode every day.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Okay.
And so off of that, he's sort of built his brands, the Feastables, the candy bars.
So what kind of, I've seen the candy bars and the energy bars, but what else does he sell as far as products?
I mean, merch, like stuff with his logo
like shirts
on it.
and stuff, but
yeah, he's
but
got
as far as consumable products that aren't logo based shirts and swag.
They have cookies. I think.
Yeah, I've seen the cookies. I've seen the candy bars.
That's the Mr. Beast burger was the whole thing, but
Okay.
but that is
now. Does he have a television show thing, or
No.
is he strictly still internet?
just on YouTube? Although he might, I think he's been on TV.
And the reason
a
I
lot
asked
before.
that is because peel back a curtain here in our studio. We keep the Fox News app, but when it goes off after a while, there's this screensaver for that Roku has. It's a Roku TV. And so it's like a city line, and they show different programmings of things. One of them's Mr. Beast.
Right. That logo with the
so
tiger
I'm kinda
head
what
with the headphones.
What TV
That's
is Mr.
his-
Beast?
It's not. It's just his YouTube.
Okay.
And
Maybe they're just
he's
promoting that.
one of the bigger YouTubers. Most of his videos garner 150 to 170 million views per video.
All right. So this is where I was, because I mean, he just kind of popped into my lap, and I'm like, and I wasn't a YouTuber,
Right.
or a YouTube follower of anything. So
I wonder what old people are going to do to keep up with things now that Ellen's gone. Because before it was I remember him. He was on the Ellen.
Well, see,
Because Ninja,
I never
was
watched
that
that show.
was that Twitch gamer who's got the shock blue hair, and that's really the only thing that most people know him for is Fortnite gaming and his shock blue hair. And he was like, "Oh, I'm going to go on Ellen." And now, an entire generation of grandparents were like, "Oh, my grandson loves you. You were on the Ellen."
Okay.
I'm
well,
sick.
there's still a few of those now. Kelly Clarkson's probably
Yeah,
in there, or
it's
Jennifer
not-
Hudson, I think, has one.
I don't think it's in either one of those. What you just said explains why Ellen was Ellen,
Right.
And I think Jennifer Hudson has. It's
well,
they don't have the appeal.
But
Long
then again,
Gone
you got to
are
give
the-
them time.
But I argue Long Gone are the late afternoon talk show slots. You don't find a good, Oprah anymore. And now that Ellen's gone, because Ellen was essentially Oprah's almost spiritual successor.
To be honest, there are some, and in that world, and the ones.
Now, granted, I'm not in the realm
Well,
of
here,
that.
and this is the only reason I know, because during the summer, my wife's off work, and so there was certain programs that she comes home to, and then when I get home for one, I turn on the TV. But the big ones now are Kelly Clarkson, Rachel Ray.
I forgot about her.
Jennifer Hudson.
And Drew Barrymore, I know.
Drew Barrymore.
No, I think Hudson's show got canceled.
Okay, then there's another one that's not Hudson. It's another person that they kind of filled in for that one. Someone pseudo's famous. I can't remember
I might
who.
be wrong on that. But yeah, I feel like those are. Do you feel like any of those could stand that time slot? Could fill that Ellen slot?
I think at some point, because before.
Oh, I guess it's still on.
Yeah, I think they could. I think they just need more time under their belt. It really took years for Ellen to be a lexicon. That show was on for years before people
that was
flocked to it.
That was also in the days of destination viewing, when it was you would watch for the time in the time slot, or you would just miss the show that day.
The other one that was very much in the same vein that I compare to Ellen, she just gave it up sooner, was Rosie O'Donnell. Back in the 90s, the Rosie O'Donnell show
that was huge. That was big.
She was getting A-list celebrities. She was getting the ratings. She was kind of doing a lot of that Ellen stuff before Ellen was doing, and so
she's the entire reason that the phrase "cutie patootie" entered the lexicon for a half decade.
Yeah. Now, I don't think we're going to have our Ricky Lakes and Montel Williams anymore, but
and long gone are your Springers.
Yeah, but I think a Kelly Clarkson or one of these types will, if they keep doing this, will get to that Ellen status at some point. They're going to be no more for doing that than they are for whatever other thing they did.
Or, and this is my other thought, is Ryan Seacrest going to add another show to his lineup and get an afternoon slot? Because I feel like he has the draw to have the Oprah style, like the Oprah level
but
show.
He's so oversaturated.
Oh, I agree. I 100% agree. But the Midwestern housewives eat it up.
Yeah. I think they want to see him at 9 a.m. That's what they want to see.
I need vanilla. I need that puker delivery.
Of course, when's he do his radio show and all that stuff?
I'm 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
He has I think he has a time turner.
He might.
Like just the way he's like, it's 104 Glock.
Yeah.
And I know what it is they record the opens for all of the affiliates of the shows that he's on.
Yeah.
And then he sends the meat of the break. Like I know that's how it works.
Sure.
But to do that, even at that level, is intense.
Well, and then on top of that, oh, by the way, you're on whatever Regis and Kathy Lee's called now.
Right.
I guess it's whatever his name and Kelly or whatever. I don't even. And did one of them quit or Kelly quit?
Yeah, I don't think Kelly's there anymore.
Or her husband. I don't know. Or he's even doing. I don't think it's even him anymore. I think it's her and her ex-husband or current. I think he's out. I think Seacrest is out, and it's now Consuelos, which I think is divorcing Kelly.
Really?
I think they're getting a divorce, but they're still doing the show together.
This is what happens when I work morning radio. I miss out on
I think I remember hearing
live
that
with Kelly and Mark. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, so I don't think Seacrest does it anymore. Now that I think about it,
Kelly Orwick is permanent host. Yeah, yep. It's Marcus Wells. Yeah. Wow.
But I hear they're getting a divorce, but still doing the show, which that's got to be butt awkward.
Well, it's the what's that show? Was it Fixer Uppers? The HGTV, the Chip and Joanna Gaines.
That never ends well.
They were they got divorced and they continued their business, and it's like, yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. But, oh well. Let me give you what's going on this hour. We're going to play our interview we had with the folks from American Legion Post 61 on Wednesday. Talked about Veterans Parade, talked about Wreaths Across America, talked about, a lot of stuff, quite frankly. So we're going to play that for you here in just a bit. Before we do that, let's take a look at your cooler, gentler weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We've got cooler temperatures coming up by Sunday. For now, we'll stay in the upper 70s for the afternoon high today and lots of sunshine. Maybe a light shower or thunderstorm overnight, dropping down to 60. And then we'll start off cloudy on Saturday, but turning sunny in the afternoon. It'll be a little bit warmer, our high in the low 80s with gusty wind. Cold front comes in on Sunday, cloudy and low 50s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 49 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 74%. Winds currently out of the north at 18 miles per hour. Sunny and 74 today. That's nice. Perfect. Sweet spot. Winds will be out of the north 5 to 15 miles per hour. They're saying there's a slight chance, a 20% chance we could see some showers after midnight tonight. Shouldn't impact football, I don't think. But you will see some increasing clouds. It will be relatively warm overnight tonight, 58 for an overnight low. So winds will be out of the south at around 5 miles per hour. For you Saturday, starting out warm, mostly cloudy, but gradually becoming sunny. Highs near 80 tomorrow. Winds will be out of the south, 5 to 15 miles per hour. And then Saturday night, partly cloudy, 42 for an overnight low, so still relatively warm there, with south winds picking up 10 to 15 early, 15 to 20 after midnight. Sunday, we are looking at a slight chance of some drizzle before noon, but mostly cloudy for the day. We're only hitting a high of 42 on Sunday. Winds will remain breezy out of the north, 15 to 25 miles per hour. Sunday night could see our first freeze. Cloudy, overnight low of 31. For your Monday, partly cloudy, over a high of only 47. Tuesday of next week, 57 and sunny. 63 on Wednesday and back up near 70 by Thursday of next week. So cool spell here for definitely Sunday, Monday, and, kind of wrapping up on Tuesday looks like there. All right, it is 8:26. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to play our interview with the folks from American Legion Post 61. Don't go away.
The Fergalicious boys can keep you hot this winter. Fergalicious. Oh yeah, it's getting cold out there, and Fergie's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep things hot in your home. They can come by and winterize your pipes and check your insulation, and you know they'll do it with nothing but love. Oh yeah, baby. Call the Fergalicious boys at Fergie's Plumbing and Heating at 622-2660. When you need it hot, Fergie's is on the job. Fergalicious.
Rosa, have you decided where you're going to college yet?
There's so many choices. I'm still not sure.
Well, I've decided to attend the University of New Mexico. It's the only Research One university in the state. It's the flagship, and their academic programs are among the best in the nation.
The University of New Mexico? Can I still apply?
Of course. UNM is New Mexico's best university, and residents of New Mexico get preference in admission. Apply now, and we'll attend UNM together.
The University of New Mexico, New Mexico's University of Opportunity. Apply today at unm.edu.
Under Barry Foster in the last 7 years, city debt has climbed 300%. Instead of hiring 5 additional police officers, Barry Foster supported the $35 million public safety complex that 80% of voters rejected. And Barry Foster voted to spend $8 million for a Taj Mahal council chamber at the Civic Center instead of repairing our drinking water system. Now city water rates may be forced to increase by 25%. There's a better way. Carlos Marujo. Endorsed by Sheriff Mike Harrington, Carlos Marujo strongly supports law enforcement and public safety. Carlos Marujo will take a back-to-basics approach to city services and spending. A committed family man, Carlos Marujo understands that government must live within its means. And Barry Foster blames not paying his water bill for 2 years on his wife. Roswell doesn't deserve 4 more years of Barry Foster. Carlos Marujo, he's the change we need on our city council.
Our Values PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising, paid for by Our Values PAC, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Astronauts are not allowed to eat beans before they go into space because passing wind in a spacesuit damages them. The suits for the astronauts. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 21 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from our American Legion Post 61 family, actually. We're kind of fully represented, actually in all facets. Sons, Legion, and of course our auxiliary as well. Of course, Ted Smith. You might know him from the Walker Aviation Museum visits from time to time. Well, today he's wearing his Post 61 hat as well. Also, we have Vanessa Fresquez as well, and Sean Nicholson. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are y'all doing today?
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Anytime. And of course, our fearless commanders he's on the mend. So we get the real 18.
That's right. He's the show pony.
That's right. So, but he is listening this morning, so we can't say he is. He is. I got the word.
How are you?
I got the word. Lee is listening as we speak. But yes. So of course, folks not familiar, we have the American Legion Post 61 family join us each month and get an update on what's going on. It is one of our American Legion posts here in Roswell, and we are always looking for new members. We always have a lot going on. We meet on the first Thursday of every month at First United Methodist Church at 6 p.m. And we always welcome folks that are interested in coming to our meetings. It's open meeting. Love to have you. If you really want to come, we start meeting at 5 if you want to get there early and hang out, but you don't have to. But to be honest, if you go to First United Methodist Church pretty much every Thursday around 6 or so, we're there. Usually our auxiliaries working on the charity bears or one of our other projects here. Or something's going on.
We're working on a quilt right now.
Okay.
With Angel at Calico Cow.
Yes.
Hi guys.
Who's a gold star mom, by the way, if y'all didn't know that. Yeah.
So she's pretty neat people. She's taught us a lot about quilting. We do have it together. She's helping us with the binding and the finishing touches.
So she's like your expert. Although there's a couple people in the auxiliary that have quilting experience, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Like Candy Erzin.
Yeah.
And, we have she's on the tip of my tongue. Her husband's in the auxiliary.
Now you got me doing it.
Yeah. So Robbie
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So she does like a lot of our Afghans and our little blankets that we donate over to like the local nursing homes, veterans.
Yeah,
things like that.
They're always working on things, and when they're not doing that, they're working on the charity bears, which
or the care packages.
And a lot of times we give to our first responders through Sheriff's Department, RPD, some of our fire and rescue. I think even Hagerman or Dexter, some of the. So I think we've given some to some of the organizations there, and they keep them in the backs of their vehicles. And whenever like police roll up on a domestic or a bad situation, there's kids involved. They usually give them the bears and things and kind of create a little normalcy for these kids.
Super impactful, right?
Exactly, and that's the point. So we're always making those. So if you'd like to donate to the post directly, that's the kind of stuff it gets used for.
Yeah, we had a poster up at the New Mexico State Fair.
Mm-hmm.
So that highlights. Excuse me. That was the highlight from the activities that we did throughout the year, like from what Mike was just talking about to where we're at now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've acquired a lot of new members, so you'll see a lot of new faces and things like that. So
there's a line from the 70s from an old cigarette company. You've come a long way, baby. Y'all know it.
And you mentioned donating too. So I think foundational, all the stuff we may talk about today, right, is RoswellLegion.org.
Yes,
is our website.
That is there, and you
it
can
has
read
all the
everything
hot
about
links
us
for everything right in there, where you can donate to the Legion. There's information in there on scholarships.
Yeah, if you are interested in our scholarships, we're going to be doing a new round here, I think, in the first part of next year. So now's the time to turn those applications in. So if you are a college student
or high school getting accepted to a college,
and you have a veteran family, or if you yourself are the veteran looking to go to college, maybe you did get that GI Bill, but if you need some more assistance there, please apply for our scholarship.
Yeah.
And but we'll be taking the applications through that website there.
Yes, sir. So the commander just sent me 2 links.
Yeah.
The first one is www.roswelllegion.org.
Yep, that's the one that gets you to everywhere you need to get to.
Yes, sir. And then www.roswellala.org.
Good deal.
So you could check one or the other out.
I think they go to the same place if you type in and deal.
It gets you there, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, everything's linked on there.
Right.
Yeah.
So
and that way you can kind of learn about all and plus our tentpole projects like Memory Lawn Cemetery is one of our pet projects. We're always collecting money, and if you want to donate for that, you can designate it so it doesn't go into any of our other programs. It goes straight to the upkeep of Memory Lawn, which
because
we've done.
People that are new to the area, 3 years ago, that place was a disaster area with waist-high weeds. You couldn't see half the grave markers out there.
It still needs some more love, but
man,
it's a lot better
than
it really fell out of disrepair there. And I don't know the exact number, but it's over 200 veterans call that cemetery home, and there's a lot of other people too.
Yeah, we got to remember Ralph Green's kind of.
Oh,
he's kind of the owner of that place, right? He goes out there and trims the grass on his mowers.
He has definitely been the guy. Like if you appreciate everything that's going, Ralph Green is the is the main culprit for making sure everything happens
Ralph.
out there.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So those are our big passion project things that we do as a Legion family, and and we do run. This America for other veterans or other Legionnaires out there, our post we run very sure. We have a sons, and we have a auxiliary, we have a Legionnaire chapter, but we have our own meetings, but and to a point our own passions. But everything we do when it comes to community based is together. So when we're doing the bear stuff, it's as a family. It's not just the auxiliary. It's our Legionnaires, our sons too. And if we're doing a pancake breakfast with a son somewhere, it's all of our Legionnaire family. Yep. If we're out on Veterans Day, we operate as one unit, even though we're kind of 3 hats.
Yeah.
So
which is cool. I mean, we have to do that, right? I mean, because we split the membership up with 2 posts. It's the numbers are a little bit lower than it would be, but man, the impact on the community that our group has because it's a family team is huge, right?
And
Stuff
it's
you
not
don't see. It's behind the
it's
scenes.
not uncommon to have members that qualify for 2 or all 3 of the branches. You know, you have
because you and I are sons and Legion members.
And if you happen to marry a fellow Marine or airman or whatever while you're in the military, guess what? Now you're both spouses of veterans and veterans. So kind of weird, huh?
Yeah.
Ted's mind just went.
Ted's doing the math real quick.
It's just another opportunity for my wife to tell me what to do.
It's that commercial with the purple smoke. But and that's kind of how we operate things here. That being said, we do have some things coming up here. We would love to put on your radar and to hopefully get you involved here. Do you want to do Reese Across America first?
Yeah, I'll talk Reese Across America. So I didn't know anything about Wreaths Across America until I joined the Legion and, did some research to figure out what the heck it was, right? This was a passion project from a kid who got a free trip to D.C.
So grassroots.
Right?
Yeah.
And went to Arlington Cemetery, National Cemetery, saw the snow, the gravestones out there, and was impacted by that. Started a business that was creating wreaths and then started donating wreaths to Arlington, right? And then it kind of grew from there. It was kind of unknown for years and years and years, and then it got a TV spotlight, and all of a sudden it exploded. And, to the point where last year, I think there was 2.75 million wreaths donated nationwide.
That's amazing.
To like 3,500 different locations.
How cool
to
is
be
that?
dispersed. Yeah, I mean, it's
so cool.
It's awesome. So,
Yeah.
And they still do the largest wreath run basically from down the East Coast down to Arlington.
Well, and the
right?
beauty
So,
of it is that's a lot of wreaths, but there's
yeah.
still a lot of veterans' graves that need a wreath
yeah.
this
Yeah.
holiday season that we'd love to do.
So again, Roswell, www.
Yes.
.roswelllegion.org.
Yeah.
Right in the dead center, there'll be a Wreaths Across America link, and you can.
And it's a national, and it's
Yeah.
all 501c3.
Yeah.
You can see it all. And if I remember right from last year when I bought, they offer usually like bulk discounts. Like I think, I don't know, is it $35 or I don't remember what the cost is for a wreath this year.
It's 17.
17.
17. Yeah, it went up a little bit, but it's 17. And the more you buy, you can get.
Yeah.
Like I bought 10. And
I think I
got a
bought
discount
like
for that.
5 or 10
Yeah.
for 75 or 100 bucks last year, something like that. And that's what I usually do. But if you just want to honor, maybe you have a family member that is calling either of our cemeteries home here, because between us and our post 28 friends, we try to make sure all the cemeteries are covered here for Wreaths Across America. So either way, please, you can go to the link through our website and order. It doesn't matter, because I'm guess 28 probably has one too, but it doesn't matter. It goes to the same organization, Wreaths Across America. You order from the same place. Therefore, you can just go through ours real quick, boom, order it, and they will make sure that the wreaths that you got, because then what happens is in December, they show up with a truck with a lot of wreaths, a lot of wreaths, and then we kind of distribute and we use our manpower and woman power to move those wreaths to where they need to be.
So the 28th of November is kind of the cutoff for delivery for December 8th in town.
Okay.
If they do a donation after that date, it basically falls into next year. So their money's not wasted. It would just potentially roll
always
into,
So if you meet the deadline, no problem.
Yeah.
Your wreath will be on 2024's Christmas list.
And we get usually what we take 5 go down to the Veterans Memorial down by the courthouse.
Yes.
5 go out to the Veterans Cemetery, McBride Cemetery, and then we take a bunch out to Memory Lawn, and then some will go to South Park depending on where they're detonated.
Well,
That's
put it
kind of
this
the
way:
buckets where they
the
go.
more wreaths we buy, the more places we go. So, like last year, I think we made 200 and some wreaths. I don't remember the exact number. If we could double that number, then guess what? Then we're going to be getting more places, and I would like it to a point where we're at a point where every veteran's wreath in Chavez County, or every veteran's grave has a wreath on it. That's what I was trying to say. I messed up some words there, but
maybe that's a good challenge for. We'll get there this year, close as we can, right? Maybe that's a good challenge for next year to put that out. Here's how many veterans we know are at cemeteries in Chavez County, and here's how many wreaths we'd like to get, and put a challenge out to the local community to help us get there.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It is so important that we especially when we're coming here on the November month and honoring our veterans and obviously honoring those that made this ultimate sacrifice for our nation here. And some of those graves that are now home here are some of those people that did pay the ultimate price for this nation. And we there's never enough. To be honest, a wreath's not even close to being enough. But it's at least to say we remember you.
I'm glad you said that, because their motto, Wreaths Across America, is remember the fallen, honor those who served, and teach the next generation the value of freedom.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of foundational to what you're talking about.
That's exactly what we're about, and that does send the message. It's kind of like which I guess kind of shifting gears to Veterans Day here. That's kind of the whole point of this day. I mean, yes, the whole point is to honor and celebrate our veterans, but it's twofold. It is to inspire the next generation to pick that baton up. That's why I love the Veterans Day Parade is one of my favorite things because of that, but also the schools and what they do. And a lot of it will be on Friday this year because Veterans Day falls on the Saturday. So it'll be that 10th. A lot of our schools, I know Goddard's is on the 10th. I think Roswell High's on the 10th. Some of the middle schools, they do some too. They may, but either way, if you're a veteran asked to participate or come to these events, please come with. I get it. Some vets don't want to be recognized. You just, hey, I did my time. Just let me sit, let me deal. And I get that. I understand completely. But what these schools do, I know I'm a windbag talking, but what these schools do to inspire is so great. So if you're veterans out there, please consider coming to Goddard High, Roswell High, if you got family at one of these schools, please go to these events.
Yeah, they're great.
They do, like Goddard is literally a rock show. Like they're all amazing, but Goddard, they literally pack the gym with the student body, and you would have thought the Super Bowl was going on when the veterans walk in and they see the crowd cheering and everything. Yeah. They do such a great, but it really shows the young generation why a veteran is important and why we celebrate them and why they are needed, because at some point in time, they sign their name on a dotted line to do something above and beyond what you really ask people to do sometimes. Yeah. And that's why we celebrate it. And it's so important that some of you in that next generation do the same thing. Yep. Otherwise, we will not have the freedoms we enjoy.
Yep.
And that's the big deal. That's why Veterans Day is important. I mean, sure, it's important to have the parade and celebrate and pat each other on veterans on the back. Love all that because it's needed and important. But it's really to inspire that next generation to, guess what? You're up next, folks. It's going to be you that has to do this.
All right. So look for the auxiliary members in the schools. We'll be in there pretty soon.
Good deal.
We have good things coming up.
Excellent. So look for more, and obviously, if your schools and things need some or would like, some of that kind of stuff, please reach out to our post. We do stuff like that all the time, talking about or do ceremonies and things for various stuff, POWMIA or flag retirements, things like that. We got ceremonies. Don't worry, we got them.
we got that down.
And then if you have youth at home that are interested or looking for something to do, send them our way as well. We are always recruiting for juniors to join the Women's Auxiliary, the Legionnaires, and the Sons.
Yeah. And by the way, we sponsor a Boy Scout and Cub Scout pack. So through our family. So if you're, we just had Scouts on last hour, the new Scout executive here. We also participate in Scouting and support a pack and a troop as well. So if you're looking for a pack or troop home, we might be able to help you out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great thing for kids to do if they're not involved in sports, or even if they are, right? Because sometimes in Roswell, you gotta keep your kids involved in things.
Scouting values and American Legion values are very similar in terms of being prepared and God and country, and we share a lot of the same values. So it's a natural fit for us. So Scouting is teaching the same things that we're trying to teach too. So it's a good thing. They just hit a younger audience than we do.
And then we're also looking to send 2 reps, I believe, to Boys State.
Okay.
Where they go out of town for a week.
Great
and they
program.
learn a lot of values about not only like patriotism,
government.
They learn about government, the history.
It's kind of like a who's who of how the sausage is made.
Exactly.
So to speak. It really is. It's really a window to get youth. If they have maybe they're pursuing, careers in these types of fields and things. That's where Boy State really shines. It gives these boys a chance to kind of see what the adult world is like while still in a training environment.
Right. Same thing for the ladies. It goes over not only like the Americanism of things, but they go more feminine. So like they teach you how to be ladylike at a tea party. Just different things that you need to know growing up.
What's that big long contilier? What's that word that they call it?
I'm not going to.
But I went to a few of those in my day.
Yeah, cotillion. Yeah, cotillion. That's it.
And they're so much fun. I mean, you get to dress up and just talk and get to know other people professionally.
And it's always good to know that stuff.
Yeah.
The formal, like I had grandma. My grandma taught me. Like, no, the fork goes, like, she was a stickler on the elbows off the table, all of that etiquette. My grandma ingrained into me. That was
she got it somewhere.
Yeah. Well, she was very proper. Like, she's, like certain food she wouldn't mess with because that's not proper. You know what I mean? Like we have a hamburger. She called a hamburger, and it was literally a beef patty, no bun, no ketchup. No, it was just a piece of meat.
Naked meat.
Yeah. And served on a platter.
That's Yeah, I'll get it. That's another conversation.
Yeah, or SOS. Right?
I'll never forget the one. Yes. Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna say it. But.
Well, see, I'm lucky. I'm Air Force. We had good chow halls for the most part.
Yeah.
I would agree with that, having stopped at a few and been
Yeah.
very jealous
Air
for
Force,
a few minutes.
Yeah, Air Force. They had good chow halls. Although I've had a few Navy ones and it ain't bad either. Like the Navy weren't bad. I haven't messed with
Their
Army.
cooks are good.
Yeah. I think if you live on a boat long enough, you have to get good at things.
Oh,
you just
yeah.
do. You got to make something out of nothing. So they've got that skill set. Where the Air Force guys, everything we need and want is right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know the hotels.
They're spoiled.
That's
They're
right.
cheapest.
What do you mean I can't have mushrooms in my omelet? Yeah. I'll never forget that when I was a kid, I was in Boy Scouts and we went to Norfolk to do like a weekend get it. We got to camp and do all this, but we got to tour, but we got to eat at the Navy Chow Hall there. And I was like 13 or whatever. And he's like, what kind of eggs you want? I was like, what kind you make? Any kind you want. Scrambled. Can't do that. Fried. Can't do that. I was like, oh, I'll just take whatever you give me. All right. And then
That's the answer.
Pretty much.
I asked him, what kind you make? Any kind you want. Scrambled. Can't do that.
Oh my goodness.
That was my Navy chow. But absolutely here. But Veterans Day is coming around the corner. Yep. We are having our Veterans Day parade. It will be November 11th. 9 a.m. is kind of when everything will kick off here, right as we normally do here on the Chavez County Courthouse lawn. Yep. It's going to be another big event. We'll have the parade thereafter, and then we want to invite everyone to the Wool Bowl parking lot for a little after party afterwards. Yep. And where we're going to have booths and set up and some food and all kinds of stuff.
So come to our table and check us out. We're looking for new members for helping hands, because we do have a lot of good, like I say, in store for 2024.
Yeah, absolutely.
So be on the lookout.
Absolutely. But we do want to, we would ask that we can get as many people to come out. Veterans come. We'd love to have you. Wear your hats. Wear your the parts that make you and showing everybody. But we'd love to get as many people to come out. It's going to be a fun parade. Let's line up. And now, like I said, if you want to see and everything, you want to be downtown here around the courthouse lawn area, Pioneer Plaza across the street. That's where everyone's kind of meandering and gathering. But if you just want to see the parade and wave and everybody, anywhere between the courthouse lawn and the Wool Bowl on North Main up to the Wool Bowl there, College, I guess, right around that area, you get a good spot and you'll see the parades of cars and things. And we're looking for people to be in the parade too. Yeah. Veterans, if you want to be in the parade and all that, reach out to us. We don't get as big as the Eastern Fair Parade, so we don't have to quite do the logistics that they have to do.
Just block off some roads, but nothing big.
Yeah, right? we usually set up shop there on either in Virginia behind the courthouse there in that parking lot, or on kind of the East Second there. They kind of stage there, and then they'll start off on that. Yep. Well, the roads will be blocked off and all that. But if you want to be have a vet, and then I know like all the time there's organizations looking for veterans, and like I know the Veterans Transport every year has their vans in the parade, and every year they're at the parade saying, hey, any veterans want to ride with us and want to ride with us? So if you'd like to, reach out to the Veteran Transport. They always are looking for people to be in the parade. And by the way, if you're a veteran and needing that assistance, or if you'd like to volunteer, great organization.
Great. Transport a large part of the state, right?
Yeah.
No cost, and
absolutely.
all the drivers are volunteers.
They rescued one of our guys just recently, a few months ago.
Yeah.
He went up with his wheelchair, and somebody stole the trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Get home.
Matter of fact, he told that story on the radio a couple months ago. Yeah, they helped us out big time on that one. He was up for a statewide post event, or statewide Legion event. And yeah, well, you know what happens in Albuquerque. You watch the news. Yes. You watch the news like I watch the news. Well, guess what happened? That thing that you see on the news all the time happened. And so yes, our Veteran Transport, those folks came to the rescue on that. But they do that every day. They're always taking vets to appointments in Lubbock, Albuquerque, Artesia, wherever their appointments are. They're taking them to that stuff. So.
You know, the Legion is all over the world. You'll find a little post in a tiny town in the Philippines or something where some retired sailors live and things like that. Our commander Lee, is also a bigwig at the state level, and he goes to the national levels.
He's got many colored hats, yellow, white ones.
Yes,
He's got a lot
My
of hats.
husband as well.
Yeah, your husband's got quite a few
Robert
colored hats too.
Frescus.
Yeah.
He's the commander of the SALs. Just want to give a shout out. Hope you're having a good day today, babe.
That's right. He's at work. Why are you here? You need to be here. He's a commander, right?
Right.
He's got to represent the Suns. Come on. No, he gets a pass. He's working.
Well, he sends me.
He gets the better half. We get the
Yeah,
better
and I
half.
do it for both of us.
There you go.
Commander Lee submitted a proposal to the national level to change the name of the Mexico Department, the country of Mexico,
Yes.
to the Latin American Department, so it covers the people in Central America as well.
Yeah, because like you said, there's a group of veterans and stuff that probably, living on in Costa Rica there somewhere, and they can be part of a Legionnaire post. Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt, there are some embassy guards in Mexico City who are a member of the local Legion.
Yeah. So really, it's that was kind of in the world of Legion, kind of a formality to change it to a name that kind of is more.
Which is a pretty big deal, right? Those resolutions got to be written up formally, and they've got to be voted on by several groups of people. So to have that proposition put in front of the national level and get approved is a pretty big deal for them.
And here's the thing with some may realize, some don't, is the American Legion is actually sanctioned by the U.S. Congress. So that being said, we're held to a different standard, but also we have a little bit more headway when it comes to reaching Congress. Since we were sanctioned by Congress, by default, they have to listen to us. And so we carry a little more weight in that world. But that being said, it also means we have to be a little bit more stringent in how the process is done and creates, like any other government operation, red tape. So we deal with that probably a little bit more than maybe VFW or something like that.
So the Veterans Parade this year too, we always have a theme, right? Last year was kind of the forgotten conflicts in between
those Cold War,
Cold War stuff. So so it's Desert Storm is the period we're honoring
our
year,
Desert
right?
Storm vets and everything here. So so you might see a lot of brown at this one. Yeah, the official color of Desert Storm, brown.
And everything after that.
Yeah, exactly. Because before it was like, "Whoa, they got brown uniforms."
So this covers like all four veterans from 1991 to 2001.
Good deal. So and obviously, if you served during those times, if you have your medals, it'll tell you. But you look at your DD-214s, it'll tell you what the medals you qualified for, and if you serve in a certain window, that regardless of whether you're in theater or not, you get recognized as a veteran of that campaign, because some way, shape, or form your mission served that role in some way, shape, or form.
Yep.
Whether it was here in the States or in the desert. So, but we would love to. So it's all themed towards that. Look for like in the schools doing essay contests over this. So
there's one wrapping up the end of this week.
Okay,
it's an art and essay contest. Younger kids, it was mainly centered on the art. Middle school to high school, it was art or essay, 500-word essay, but it's all centered around patriotism.
Okay.
Poppies is a theme because obviously
and then
poppies tied to veterans.
Poppies the universal
I'm the
symbol.
poppy lady, so you'll see me a lot.
Which, by the way, we'll be having. They'll be out and about. Poppy tables. So if you want to get your poppies to show your support and things, and that's our official poppies. If you always wondered, why are veterans? That's our official our love for veterans and things. That's our
So the colors mean something. We'll be out there, educating individuals.
Explain the whole meaning behind it. In case you haven't noticed, everything in the military has pageantry and a reason for it, and it was done for a reason because somebody did one thing one time, and
even though all the colors look good together, they were chosen for a certain reason.
Yeah, everything is symbolic and has a meaning, and everything you do in the military, from the customs and traditions, and that's what. To be honest, that's what makes the military great to me. I mean, they got a mission, and quite frankly, you do work that you really hope you don't ever have to do sometimes, depending on what you do. But the customs and traditions create an aura and an air of the brotherhood and sisterhood, the camaraderie of it.
You're ever gonna make.
That person, you may not even like the same things, but when push comes to shove, you're going to be there for each other. And there's something, and that's what makes veterans, what they do and how there's just something that happens that you can't recreate in many other circles. Law enforcement, first responders, they get it. They see the same kind of thing. Yeah. So, but it's just sometimes adversity creates the strongest bonds, and military has a lot of those scenarios.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Agreed.
Yeah.
But definitely going to the Air Force chow is not one of them. It's not adversity.
No. By the way, great split pea soup in the Holloman Air Force. I don't know if it's still there. That was 20 some odd years ago. But
the fact you remember that must have been really
Where was that based out of?
Holloman. Yeah, Holloman. I was stationed at Holloman, and I worked midnights. And so I ate at weird hours, but there was always soup.
I did too.
Yeah. There was always a thing of soup, and it was usually split pea and ham, and so I ate a lot of split pea and ham soup during my time in the military, which I still love to this day, by the way.
Is that what brought you out to Roswell?
Yes.
The split pea soup?
Yeah, the split pea soup, yes.
hence all the green on his desk.
That's right.
Yeah.
The alien.
You want green with that or red? Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Split pea soup, red, please. But between my wife, that's what got me to Roswell. Military brought me to Mexico, and my wife got me to Roswell. Gotcha. But I was stationed in Holloman. I worked 117s back in the day.
So your wife's from here?
Yes and no. Like she's from Ruidoso.
Oh, it's beautiful
/ East Texas. Like her, she grew up initially in Ruidoso. Her parents got divorced, and so her high school years were in East Texas. So she's got a foot in both worlds there.
Cool.
She's a New Mexican with an East Texas accent. It's kind of weird.
So I'm a Texan myself, San Antonio, Denver, Colorado, now New Mexico. So
okay.
It's awesome. Best of all three worlds.
Like, I know when I'm in trouble because I hear Mike in the eye. It was like, that's I'm in trouble.
Decibels went up. Equals trouble.
That's all East Texas. So so you know the foot in a couple worlds too here. So, but that being said, so on Veterans Day here again, 9 a.m. is when the parade will start. Get out there a few minutes early, maybe about 8:30 or so. Get you a good spot. Hopefully it's not too chilly, but
I was going to say that's one of the standard themes too.
It will be.
And the weird part is it could be scorching hot the day before, and it's still going to be chilly that Saturday morning. I don't know how it happens. Yeah. It's like it's 90 today.
It reminds me of Colorado.
That Saturday morning.
Yep.
It happens every time. Yeah. And then please, we'd love to have you come to the Wool Ball parking lot afterwards. Come hang out, meet some of these other, like you want to talk to vets and meet with them. They're going to be kind of hanging out there. There's going to be food and all kinds of stuff. Maybe a few static displays. We're working on some of that stuff. But we would love to have you come out. And obviously, if you're an organization that would like to promote, especially if you're wanting to reach out to veterans and things like that, love to have you. A lot of times we have some of our civic organizations come and just give veterans things at this event. It's like we just want to be there and then give them little care packages or little swag bags just of thank you stuff. And so we have a lot of organizations that like doing that. So if you'd like to do that, veterans, come get your free swag. But we'd love to have you do that too as well. That's all kind of part of that thing is kind of people want to do their part to kind of thank vets and that's so we and it's also resources. Like if you want to get resources to vets, helping them navigate through many of the VA stuff, or whatever. If you're expert in that kind of thing, or your organization is, we'd love to have you reach out to us and be a part of this event too. So, good deal. What else?
Just so you know, we will be out at the walk this Saturday.
Walk for Alzheimer's is this Saturday.
Yeah, that's a passion of mine.
Yes,
and because I'm in the medical field.
Hopefully you can still, I know it's late in the game, but if you want to still get involved as with a team and stuff, I think if you reach out now and get crack-a-lackin', you could still get a team together.
Well,
our Post 61 family always has a team that participates and help out. By the way, one of our other members who's off gallivanting right now, seeing the world.
Yes.
He's big passion project. One is our American Legion, but two is the Alzheimer's Association here too. So he's kind of our Sherpa through that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Is he back in town this weekend?
No.
Oh.
I think he'll still be out.
Off gallivanting and seeing the world.
I don't blame him.
Oh, I don't blame him either. I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm just envious and jealous.
I get pictures of Sydney and.
Oh, I know. And it's not weird hours.
Yeah.
I was like, you're up at this time. He's like, it's 3 o'clock in
he's
the
a day
afternoon.
ahead of us. Yeah. He's like right now. I think it's Thursday where he's at. Right? It's not even Wednesday anymore. He's like,
that's right.
Yeah.
He's in the future.
The world can't come to an end today because it's already tomorrow.
That's right.
Yeah.
See, that's how you know. If Australia's still here, we're fine.
Cocky mate.
Oh man.
I want to say something to remind folks that when they get frustrated about politics.
Oh, and it's easy to do.
Right. Our founding fathers knew that they couldn't make everybody happy.
Uh-huh.
So what they did is they set it up so that we can take turns being in charge.
Mm-hmm.
We fight it out in our country at the voting booth. And so long as the last one, from dog catcher to president, got elected through the constitutional process, and unfortunately that includes vote fraud because that was here from the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and so long as the next one is, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Well, and it's I always say this thing, you want your tool to make a difference. It ain't yelling at people on Facebook.
No.
That's fun sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes not. But that get the cockles of your brain all hopped up and everything else, but it doesn't make a hill of beans difference.
See,
go ahead.
And that's what I decided to change. Yes, I did have issues with that for the longest time,
Mhm.
but now I'm all about spreading the love, hope, and just joy.
Getting involved.
Yeah, changing the world around
One is
me.
educate
one at a
yourself
time.
and vote.
Exactly.
And I don't care. Don't listen to people telling you you're wasting vote on this. That's
Yeah.
all hogwash.
Exactly.
You vote if that person lines up with your values and what you agree with, then you didn't waste your vote. You voted for the
Yeah.
right thing.
'Cause I know.
And do that. But to educate
Yeah.
yourself. Don't vote. Like if you have no clue of the people in the booth, maybe sit this one out. But if you do, then do vote your passions and conscience.
Any country that has ever suspended their constitution, even for a day, is never free again. It gets easier and easier to keep suspending it.
Absolutely.
Ours is hard to change, and it's also easy to change.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing. If you don't like something, get with like-minded people and change it.
And to be honest, that's why I'm sure everyone in this room has committed their service to the military in whatever way, shape, or form they have, and will continue to do so.
Oh, yeah.
It's for the very things you're talking about, Ed. And that's, sure, when you're 16 or 18 at the time and you're signing up, you're just like, all right, this looks like a good deal to, keep me out of trouble for a little bit, and then you start learning and seeing how the world works, and you're like, okay, this is way more important than I realize sometimes, and but for you guys,
think growing up, everything's glamorized now. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? Like 16 and pregnant to,
Yeah.
life, and it's not like that. It's
Sure.
not peaches and cream all
And
the
look,
time.
it's not, and I get it. Sure, we want to learn from our mistakes and make better and move on, but we don't want to celebrate them either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Oh,
like we don't
yeah.
need to celebrate our mistakes, but at the same
Uh-huh.
time, we don't need to make them define us who we are either. And so
Exactly.
we got to find that happy medium. It's like, all right, it's not the end of the world. We'll move on, but at the same time, we don't need to celebrate it like, whatever that problem is. But that's something we as people have to kind of learn.
We are so fortunate.
But
so many countries, the armed forces selects the president. Wow.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen here, and it's not going to.
Well, people don't realize how good we have it till you go to other places. And I say that, and I know it's cliche, but if anybody knows it better than anybody else, it's usually a veteran. Because they've been to these places. I've sat in Kuwait. I've sat in these places. I see how the people live. I see how things are going. It is not the same as here, and is not nearly as free as what it's different. And everyone, and we live in a polarizing world, and there's a lot going on, and it's very confusing and everything else. But trust me, you do the right thing. You do you take care of you go, and you're going to be fine. You do the right things, and you can handle the bad things. That's how. It's not always easy. It's not always going to be simple at all. It may cause pain in some point or another, but doing the right thing is never the wrong thing to do on this stuff. And voting with with what you believe is right, doing and standing up for the things that you believe in, that's what you need to do. And we come a time in this world where if you're passionate about something, you better do something about it, or it's going away.
Oh, yeah.
And because no one else is going to protect your passion, so you need to be a part of that. So I know we got way philosophical there.
Yeah.
But this is kind of what the American Legion stands for, that freedom, and then why the members of the American Legion and all of our branches, our riders, we don't have any riders, but the rider branches, every facet of American Legion, they believe in that thing at times, and they still do, and that's why American Legion really is an important role
as far as for veterans and serving
families
that
and youth,
role.
yeah.
And same with the VFW and all of our veteran organizations. I mean, I'm a little biased here because I'm a Legionnaire, but they're all excellent organizations that do great things for our veterans. And if you're not a veteran yourself, but still want to support these things, please reach out to your VFWs, your American Legions. Reach out and talk. Say, hey, I'm not a vet, but I love the mission. How can I support? And I guarantee every one of these. I know Post 61 will find a home for you, and we'll find even if you're not a veteran or never served or not served adjacent, you just believe in what we do. We would love to. We'd love to have you slow with us on Thursdays, or we'd love to have you helping support at Veterans Parade or any of the events, or helping Ralph whack weeds at memory lawn here.
Or paint fences.
Or
or
put
whatever.
you to work,
Yeah, because let's be honest, if we can give Ralph a little bit less time whacking weeds, that gives him more drone time.
Right. That's
to vote on Republican Conference
Vice Chair Mike Johnson from Louisiana.
Yes.
The
And I don't know
fourth
if you guys
GOP
know what
lawmaker
that
to be
is. I know
nominated
you
for
guys
Speaker,
do, but
and the second
the White
nominee within
Star
a day
is
after Majority
someone who
Whip
served
Tom
in the-
Emmer from
in the
Minnesota
military.
dropped out after running into
but
opposition.
ended their life by suicide. And there's
okay.
many reasons behind that. I mean, and it doesn't stem from mental health. The individual was probably suffering.
Gotcha.
With the physical illness
Yeah,
and things like that.
I just realized it's 10 o'clock. That's what it
I
got so lined up, I looked up and said, oh, dang, it's 10
So we
o'clock.
did services for an individual up in Capitan, and then his wife invited us to do a cowboy luncheon last weekend.
Okay.
Which entailed a ride on the horses, and we got drone time out there. So it was me, Ralph, and my husband.
Nice.
That were invited, and then we got to present a plaque to her for her husband and her.
And that's the cool part about American
Her
Legion,
dad,
when you get
yeah.
to meet those people and hear
Oh,
those
yeah.
stories and
I mean,
all
her,
that.
we just
so.
connected like spiritually.
Yeah, that's good.
And stuff.
Well, now you probably got a friend for life now. So.
Yeah, and then.
Well, we got to go.
Okay.
I'm officially cutting into other people's time now. If you have any questions about anything we talked about, www.roswelllegion.org will take you to the website. If you want to know about scholarships, Wreaths Across America, our Veterans Parade, becoming a Legionnaire or an auxiliary or a son, all of the above is right there. And or come out to our next meeting. It will be November, whatever that first Thursday in November is. I don't know off the top of my head. So it's the fourth Saturday, so I'm going to guess it's the second. November 2nd. It'll be the second there. So good deal. Did we get it all?
And then we'll meet at 6 p.m.
6 p.m. 6 p.m. at First United
First
Methodist
Methodist Church.
Come on, come all. And if you get there a little early, we might put you to work on some other things. So, good deal. Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks.
You go watch it. But it was kind of interesting because even like at first people were like wondering if it was real, but once they really, kind of start working with this individual, they were actually starting to delineate who the different personalities were and what they were like and and who went to what when he did so and all this. It was pretty interesting. So
Here's a fun fact. If you are ever looking for a specific genre of program to watch on Netflix, there is a 5-digit code that you can search that will bring up every single item in that category on Netflix.
Okay.
This is something that it went viral like a year or so ago.
Okay. A hack, if you will.
A hack. Like, for example, if you're super into biographical documentaries, if you go to the search bar of your Netflix and search 365, okay, this is just 4 digits, 3652.
Okay.
3652 will bring up biographical documentaries. If you want dramas, that's 5763. If you're super into gay and lesbian movies, 5977. You might want to write that down. But that's the simple 4 digits. So I miscounted, not 5, 4-digit code.
All right.
So
gotta get that cheat sheet with all the different
That's
codes.
a fun fact.
It's almost like the police scanner codes. We got a 1042 on a. That's comedies.
I got a report of a 5977. Wait, you have a gay and lesbian movie?
All right.
What's happening?
Cool. It feels like that's like the secret menu at like In-N-Out Burger.
It says here
or
you
something.
watched Easier Rider.
So I want to do two things. First, I got to get the McDonald's done. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Big thank you to the fine folks
Yes,
at McDonald's.
absolutely.
As they do each and every Friday, provide us with delicious breakfast treats. Use the app, download it, it is your friend, and it is amazing.
Now, I know you are a grape jam man.
I am.
But I got to tell you, there's something about them strawberry preserves on top of that sausage McGriddle that was a mighty fine selection.
And it's just, I don't like strawberry jam.
Right.
I don't like the
I
little.
like the more natural, the seeds, the more natural.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that.
That reminds me more of like I'm eating Smith's old fruit.
To me, it grosses me out.
Pass me the jelly.
Like, this is the same reason I love seafood. Love it. Eat seafood. One thing I do not enjoy is most people's catfish because I do not like the cornmeal breading. I don't like that grittiness. Now, if you beer batter that bad boy or do it any other way, I'm down.
Yeah, but if you beer batter catfish, it can be okay. It's just you have to know what you're doing.
I don't like that
season-wise.
cornmeal breading because of the same reason. That little gritty thing in it that's going on. I don't like that.
I love that. I grew up. I done grew up on that. So
so that's my now. For others,
dang, now I got my mouth all set up for some catfish.
Not my thing. I just don't like that cornmeal-y. But anyway, so big thank you to McDonald's. They don't cornmeal their catfish.
They don't do cornmeal.
But I will tell you, I love the filet of fish. That's I'm that one guy. I'm the guy that keeps ordering filet of fish sandwiches at McDonald's.
Where he's the one. Actually, I would argue that's me too.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
one of my
that
go-to
guy. I love
sandwiches.
it, and I have a hankering for it, and I would say 60% of the time I get McDonald's food, there's a filet of fish going on in there. It's just my favorite. So, that being said, whatever your favorite is, strawberry jam. Now, if you can't get a hold of the sweet and spicy jam because it's starting to get a little in demand and not available as well, jam on an Egg McMuffin or breakfast sandwich is very good. I do go grape. But ain't nothing wrong with the strawberry if that's your jam, literally. I just don't like strawberries. I don't like the little seedy things. That's not my deal.
Mike doesn't like to get seedy. Okay, I get that. I can get that. I can get behind that.
But I salute and applaud your food game by doing that, even if it is strawberry. But
indeed,
if you can't get your hands on the sweet and spicy jam, throw some grape or strawberry jelly on there and try it. I'm telling you, you'll be like, where have you been my life?
My whole life.
It's an amazing combination. So, big thank you to him. Now, speaking of, Sean did me a solid and did me a cool thing the other day. And I've talked about this beverage on this show. I'm a huge fan of Cheerwine, which you typically cannot get there. It's available usually, like if you're in the Carolinas, Virginia, that Georgia, that ballpark, that's where Cheerwine reigns. Well, throw a plug for the place you procured this.
So, yeah, the place I found this, and what happened was I go in there every now and again just to kind of see what they have that I haven't tried. And there's a place here in Roswell on Main Street called UFO Fizz.
Okay.
It's right there on, I want to say, 1st and Main.
Okay.
It's a relatively new shop. They have a huge variety of different kinds of soda.
All right.
A lot of glass bottle stuff, all the Jones sodas. And I happened to go in there because I was actually looking for just anything like those, peach flavored kind of. And I used to drink Knee High back in the day. So I probably procured
love a great
peach Knee High.
It's Radar's fault.
Right? But peach Knee High was my jam back in the day. And I procured one of those. And while I was there, I was like, hey, and as I was walking by it and about to ask the question, there was
and so not only did he procure Cheerwine, but the Cheerwine Zero, which is now in my 50s days the drink of choice here. Have you ever had a Cheerwine?
I have, but it's been.
Would you
well
like
over
to
a
share
decade.
this with me to try the
I'll
Cheerwine?
gladly try.
Grab a cup here.
Yeah,
Roy, would you like to try Cheerwine? This is a 10. You're gonna like this. This is one of my favorite beverages of all time. So yeah, grab a cup here, and y'all can sample what I call heaven is Cheerwine. This is and to be honest, it's not an everyday drinker. Like I wouldn't but this is a for me, like occasion on a good, you just want a Cheerwine, and this one, and so I wouldn't drink them every day because it's cherry heavy, and sometimes I don't want cherry heavy. But this is a great soda, and one of my favorite not available.
Is it a twisty top?
It is. I
Okay.
pre-twisted.
Oh, look at that.
I pre-twisted a few minutes ago.
Oh,
So,
well.
here, pour yourself some.
Yes, thank
I'll let
you.
you do it over the board
Thank you,
there.
sir.
Roy, would you like a beverage? You want to try my cheer wine? I'm going to drink it straight out the bottle. Because that's the way the good Lord intended.
Exactly.
But this is my favorite beverage. Oh, let me get the smell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it has kind of a...
It's called cheer wine. This is cheer wine zero. This is a drink popular in the Carolinas, Georgia, Southern Virginia. You'll see it in stores everywhere there. It is a cherry flavored soda that's popular there, and it's it's called cheer wine. It's a cherry soda.
It has kind of that medicine shoppy smell, which I've always kind of. I'm a Dr. Pepper fan. So I like that.
I've always been a fan. Let me see. That's the stuff.
It's kind of like cream soda finish.
Yeah.
Almost.
But it's got that very cherry candy finish at the end, almost like a Jolly Rancher cherry, but I love in a soda. That's why it's not my everyday drinker, because it's a bit much. He's getting all sommelier.
I'm letting it aerate. Yeah, it's not bad. It's
I
fantastic.
love this drink. Tastes like wine too. Actually. Okay, I don't drink wine. So
No, I will say this. I had a sangria flavored soda the other day. Was absolutely disgusting. So it's I don't know who would want to drink the taste of sangria without the effects of sangria. It was awful.
Huh.
It tasted
maybe
like
it's just
what
bad sangria, because usually that's a pretty.
It tasted like what I
sweet drink.
imagine toilet wine would
Yeah,
taste
usually
like.
usually sangria is a drink that people drink when you don't want to taste alcohol. You know what I mean? They kind of it's because it's usually so fruited up that it kind of hides all that.
It definitely has I'm getting medicine shop vibes.
See, to me, it's got an
Which
old
I
school
like.
taste.
Like
It's
the soda shop, the corner like soda shop.
And the cherry tastes to me like that maraschino cherry, real fake cherry that I love.
I had a soda, and I've had it before last week called Moxie, and it was reminding me of if you've ever been to a grocery store pharmacy. That's what the smell is what it tasted like. And I didn't not like it. I actually rather enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Because it just sort of like, it's a taste of like you said, like nostalgia, like childhood.
Yeah. To me, that tastes like childhood. Mm-hmm. And I love that. And like I said, I wouldn't want it every day, but you get a 6-pack in the fridge, and maybe after a long hard day, you crack one of them bad boys open. Kind of like your adult beverage of choice. Yeah. Whatever it is. I dig it. So, cheer wine's a 10 for me.
Yeah, it does taste like wine to me, though.
Okay.
Like it smells like wine. It tastes like a carbonated wine.
Okay.
I guess kind of like a really sweet, like a dessert wine, maybe.
I could see if you're like a fan of Boone's Farm. This might be your jam.
Chuck, yeah.
Well, it's sweet like soda, but it's also a little bitter like wine.
It's to me, I love it. To me, it tastes like childhood. It's just what I love.
Well, it's like
it
yesterday.
tastes like home.
I sat in my car yesterday and drank like 3/4 of that peach knee high, and I was just like, this. I put on Facebook, this tastes like my childhood.
I got to be honest. When you said peach knee high, it kind of gave me a hankering for a grape knee high.
Yeah, I bet they got it.
But to be honest, I want it this way. Old glass bottle
with the bottle. Yeah, and that's the best way.
That's the best way. So thank you, Sean. That was really cool. I need to go in there.
Was this back when they still put drugs in everything?
No. This is a zero. They modern. It's they didn't have zero. Back in the
it
day.
is a zero too.
But to be honest, this is the second time I've had the zero. I bought a 12-pack of it when I was in North Carolina a couple years ago. I was like, oh dang, they got a zero version. First, I was just glad to see cheer wine, and then I saw a zero version. I was like, the old man in me said, thank you for not killing me quickly.
Yeah, let me try to appeal to your sensibilities. They have the Ramune soda there too. The Japanese with the marble at the top that you pop the marble. They have those too. So, if you ever
where
it's called UFO Fizz. It's on Main at like First.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've been there.
Hey, salespeople, go visit them today.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They have a King Kong flavored soda.
I always wonder what King Kong tastes like.
I'll tell you what it ain't got.
Chicken.
Yeah. Something I can't see on the radio.
All right. Well, it is 9:21. Oh, I'm burping because all that cheer wine. We're going to play our interview we had with Bonnie Vayo. She's with Blue Cross Blue Shield she's partnered up with the Chaves County Health Council and the Boys and Girls Club here. They're going to have a little health fair coming up here very shortly. So she joined us earlier in the week to talk about that and talking about all that's going on there. So we're going to play that for you this hour. But before we do that, let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We've got cooler temperatures coming up by Sunday. For now, we'll stay in the upper 70s for the afternoon high today and lots of sunshine. Maybe a light shower or thunderstorm overnight, dropping down to 60. And then we'll start off cloudy on Saturday, but turning sunny in the afternoon. It'll be a little bit warmer, our high in the low 80s with gusty wind. Cold front comes in on Sunday, cloudy and low 50s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 50 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 63%. Winds currently out of the north at 15 miles per hour. Sunny and 74 for a high today. Winds will be out of the north 5 to 15 miles per hour, shifting to the southeast later in the afternoon. Tonight there is a slight chance of rain, but they're talking after midnight, a 20% chance of showers, like I said, after midnight. But you will see increasing clouds if you're heading out to football tonight. Expect an overnight low of 58 degrees with south winds at around 5 miles per hour. Saturday, during the day, warm. Sunny or mostly cloudy, actually, early, then gradually getting sunny. Highs near 80 tomorrow with south winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, that's when the cold, this Arctic front thing is moving in, and it's going to bring cooler temperatures. But Saturday overnight, we're going to stay in the 40s, partly cloudy, 42. Winds will start picking up out of the south, 10 to 15. Later shifting to the north and increasing 15 to 20 overnight. Then for Sunday, cooler temperatures. There is a slight chance of some drizzle and stuff before noon on Sunday, but mostly cloudy for the day. Highs only expected to reach 42. Winds will remain breezy out of the north, 15 to 25 miles per hour on Sunday. Sunday night, cloudy, overnight low of 31, so could see our first freeze Sunday night into Monday. And then Monday, partly cloudy, high of only 47. And then another freeze opportunity Monday night, overnight low of 31. Then we gradually warm as the week progresses next week. 57 on Tuesday, 63 on Wednesday, and back up near 70 by Thursday of next week. All right, it is 9:23. We're going to take a quick 4-minute break, and then we're going to play our interview with Bonnie from Blue Cross Blue Shield. That's up next. Don't go away.
If you thought it was cooling off, think again. The deals are just heating up at Roswell Ford. Get savings across the lot on a great selection of new F-150s, Super Duty Ford trucks, Broncos, and Raptors. Get zero down, no payments for 90 days, and 0% on select vehicles now through October 31st. The aggressive lenders at Roswell Ford will take any trade, any condition, even if you owe thousands more than your car's value. And they'll work hard to get you approved. The deals are just heating up at Roswell Ford, the home of Tailgate Nation at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell.
I was at a preacher's retreat recently, and one of the ministers gave this little piece of wisdom. Don't lean on a shovel, pray for a hole. A companion Bible verse to that would be James 1 verse 22. Be doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving yourselves. God calls us to pray to him, however, he also calls us to action. There's a popular Christian song by Matthew West titled Do Something. He asked the question, God, why don't you do something? God's answer was, I did. I created you. The song continues with the questions, if not us, then who? If not me, and not you. Are you praying for things to change, but you don't take action to make any changes in this world? Maybe God is waiting on you. Instead of just praying for change, maybe we should pray for God to use us to make the change that he wants. Maybe we should pray for God to put opportunities in our path to make the changes that need to be made. Then we need to take those opportunities that are given to us. Knowing Jesus and making Jesus known. That's all God calls us to do.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday. Located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Of all the flowers in the world, pansies get a bad rap. Hi, this is Jim Gill with Roswell Seed Company. The name pansies sound delicate and weak, but in reality, pansies are bold and beautiful. When the frost has killed all the other flowers, pansies start blooming, and they'll bloom all winter long, which is why you should come see us at Roswell Seed. We have a greenhouse full of colorful pansies ready to brighten up the coldest winter day. So come get your pansies, and remember, if someone calls you a pansy, take it as a compliment.
Hey, this is Jennifer from Trustmark Roofing. Every storm chaser's worst nightmare. You know storm chasers, those out-of-town roofers that descend on neighborhoods after big storms. They come in, do a crummy job, then poof, they're gone forever. Well, a few years ago, our area had a hailstorm, and right on cue, storm chasers showed up. I was driving home from work one evening and saw one talking to an elderly lady on her porch. I said, "Not today, buddy." I did a U-turn, pulled in the driveway, and walked right up to them. I warned the woman who they were talking to, and I chased away the storm chaser. The woman's daughter called me later and said a storm chaser ripped them off a few years ago. She thanked me for stopping this one and chose Trustmark for her roof. Trustmark Roofing. Every storm chaser's nightmare. Every homeowner's champion. Call today for your 20% off coupon for our spring and roof gutter maintenance service. 575-755-ROOF. or visit TrustmarkRoofPros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
It takes a long time to develop trust. At LaGrone Funeral Chapel, they've been earning your trust for decades. They understand how important it is to friends and family to celebrate a life in the way you choose. The professionals at LaGrone will ease your stress and anxieties. They'll provide the guidance you need to select a service that's appropriate. And that's what they've been doing for generations, earning your trust and doing the right thing. LaGrone Funeral Chapel and Crematory, 900 South Main in Roswell. Online at LaGroneFuneralChapels.com.
Do you struggle with acne, eczema, or worry about skin cancer? Research suggests that 1 in 5 Americans will develop skin cancer by the age of 70, but when detected early, 99% of skin cancer cases are curable. At Epiphany Dermatology of Roswell, we place special emphasis on prevention, screening, and treatment. So schedule your annual skin exam by calling us at 575-208-7050 or by visiting our website at epiphanydermatology.com and get checked today. Prevention is key.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. China has more English speakers than the United States. They have more Chinese speakers, too. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 23 minutes after 7 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of New Mexico, Bonnie Vayo back with us. Good morning. How are you doing today? I said it right, didn't I?
You did. Sweet. Hooray.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Now, of course, obviously, I think everybody knows what Blue Cross Blue Shield is. And odds are, I'm going to guess probably majority of our audience, listening audience, who have health care and health insurance, it's probably Blue Cross Blue Shield. They're probably, if not the largest, one of the largest in the country.
We are one of the largest in New Mexico and the country, yes.
But and obviously, for folks who don't realize that yes, Blue Cross Blue Shield's doing their insurance stuff, but there's a lot of outreach and that other side of things, and that's what we're talking about here today. The Chaves County Health Council, which we all know and love and talk to, all their great folks all the time. They've partnered with you guys and the Boys and Girls Club here to put together a community health day for folks.
Yes.
And so this is a chance for folks, if they want to get some simple screenings and things like that, gather healthcare information if you're looking for providers or looking for insurance or looking for answers and all that kind of stuff. This event you might want to put down on your calendars and say, might want to check this one out.
Yes, we're super excited to host this event with the Chaves County Health Council and the Boys and Girls Club of Chaves and Lincoln County, which of course is the Roswell Boys and Girls Club. And so we will have our caravan, which is a mobile clinic.
Okay.
And so we have we'll have diabetes screening with VDEX, the local organization here in Roswell.
And then for folks, if you do want to get that, please note you usually need to fast for those diabetes. I think not the case with this one.
So, no,
okay,
no.
I thought maybe when they do the whatever glucose testing and stuff, I thought you need to fast for that. Kind of stuff,
I think that's when you go to the doctor's office.
When they do the lab work stuff.
Correct.
Okay, this is a little different.
This is a little different.
Perfect.
Right.
Don't listen to me.
We'll also have COVID and flu shots. Best Buy Drugs of New Mexico.
So if you haven't got yours yet, you want to get those, they'll be available for you?
Yes.
Excellent. Good deal.
And at no cost.
Good deal.
So we also have in the caravan, PeopleWorks will be doing behavioral health screenings. So there's a lot of different screenings that'll be happening in the caravan, which will be located outside of the Boys and Girls Club.
Excellent. So some people, if you're feeling some issues, depression, things like that, or you're just not feeling yourself and you want to talk to someone, there's going to be people here that you can talk to and maybe set the table for if there's something going on to
work on your mental health there. So that's a great thing. And I hope people step forward and take advantage of that, because that's one of those things. And you're like, well, maybe I should, but don't. Or your family members say, you need to go see somebody, things like that. So if you're starting to hear those kinds of things, maybe it's a good idea to come to this Health Day event and say, maybe I should talk to someone about what's going on in my life here.
It's a wonderful opportunity for folks to come out and just check in.
Absolutely.
And learn things, learn other things, because we will have tables with community resources there so far. So far we have, I believe, 16 tables of different organizations from the community, as well as Blue Cross Blue Shield Centennial.
Are they all healthcare or just nonprofits in general? Or?
Well, some healthcare we have. I have a listing. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield, our Community Centennial program, which is Medicaid. We'll have information about those and the benefits.
So seniors looking for Medicaid and those or needing assistance with those kind of things, they're going to be. They can maybe answer some of those
That'll
questions.
That'll be Medicare.
Care, okay.
Yes,
sorry.
Medicare,
I'm
Medicaid,
sorry.
yes.
I'm a dumb DJ, so you have to fix me like 10 times.
And then we'll have our Blue Cross Blue Shield health educator.
Okay.
And she'll have a diabetes education information table.
Okay, so maybe just been recently diagnosed and looking for more resources.
Yes.
On how to navigate diabetes. There are going to be experts there to help you.
She's amazing. Her name is Angela, and she's always super helpful, and
nice.
Just to help people have a better understanding.
Sure. And that's the cool thing. You get diagnosed, and the first thing you're like, oh man, I'm not going to eat what I want anymore. It's like, no, there are ways to do these kind of things. It's just how you manage it and how you deal with these things. When you do it, how much of it you do, all kinds of stuff. So let Angela be your Sherpa through that kind of stuff.
We'll have the Chaves County DWI Prevention Program.
Excellent.
Chaves County Health Council, of course, with Joanne.
And don't forget, they have their 211 hotline. And I'm sure if you have any questions about this Community Health Day event after we're done talking, you can always just simply call 211, and the Health Council will answer any of those questions on that.
They also have information about other organizations. If they're still interested in attending, call 211 and get the information, because Joanne and her team, they have the registration form.
Good deal.
So we're still accepting people to come
Good
in.
deal.
And
So if
set
you
up
want to
tables.
be a sponsor or be a booth at the event,
yes.
or be a nonprofit that kind of lines up with this, that wants to set up a table there, call 211 and she'll get you in touch with Bonnie and get you all set up to do all that. So good deal.
Yeah. And so others that we have the St. Joseph Children's Joyful Parenting Partners.
Okay.
Familia Dental health is important.
Absolutely.
The New Mexico Department of Health Breast and Cervical Cancer Early Detection Program.
In October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so might be a good little. Oh yeah, I should do that.
We're right on the cusp. It's gonna be held on November 4th.
Okay.
Which is Saturday.
That's right. So we just miss it there, but we're still October today, so we could say.
I think every day is a good day to learn about health, and so we're also focusing on diabetes, because October was Diabetes Awareness Month. But there were so many activities that were happening throughout October.
It's a busy month because it's also
is.
Domestic Violence Awareness Month,
Yes.
too. So it's a busy month for raising awareness for a lot of different issues in society.
Right.
Today,
And
so.
I think every day, as long as we're learning every day about something, whether it's health, whether it's education, as long as we're learning
trying
about
to better
something,
yourself or better your situation, that's
Yes,
a good thing.
That is a good thing.
Yeah.
We'll have the NMDOH Breast and Cervical Cancer Early Detection Program.
Okay.
The Public Health Division. We will have Toys for Tots there. There is a box of...
So you can bring toys with you and drop
Yes.
them off if you'd like. New unwrapped toys.
Yes.
That's what they ask, is a boy or girl, doesn't matter. And but just make sure it's new and don't wrap it up, so
Yes.
they can. That way they because later they're going to need to identify it for a boy or for a girl, and if you wrap it up, then they got to unwrap it. So just save yourself. Just buy the new toy and put it in the box there.
Yes, and community is great. Anytime, I think any community across New Mexico, they're always willing to help one another out. So I think that's a great opportunity
Absolutely.
for Roswell to, help for Christmas.
Well, that's just it. We these are the kind of events that, you want to learn about your community. You want to get involved. We hope you come to take advantage of some of the services. Then you end up finding maybe some other organizations or things that you feel passionate about, maybe want to get more involved with and maybe be a volunteer with at some point. So.
And we also have Wings for Life, who will be...
They do so much stuff.
They do.
They do. Obviously, and people probably only realize maybe one facet of what they do. Like, oh yeah, they're the ones that go to the jails and help people. It's like, yeah, that's one part, but they really are a resource for families for everything. If you're a family trying to figure out how to be a family, like, sometimes you didn't learn the ropes on how to do all that stuff. Wings for Life that's what they do. They help people do all that stuff.
And after school programming too.
Yeah, that's the other facet too.
So there's going to be a lot. We're going to have activity tables for kids. Blue Bear, our mascot, will be in attendance, and so
good deal.
He likes to show up and have fun, and so we hope that many of the residents here in Roswell will show up that day to join us and
absolutely
to, just learn a little bit more that day.
Absolutely. Now it's from 10 to 1, and it's going to be at the Boys and Girls Club there on 201 Garden. Is this like a come and go event, or is it important that you're there at 10? As far as if to make sure you don't miss anything or miss any screenings or anything like that.
Well, people can come whenever they have time to.
Okay.
As long as
now, obviously, if you've got a lot you want to do there, probably if you get there close to 1, you're not going to have a chance to do it all. So allow yourself a time to at least go through and see all you need to see here. But it is a come and go event from 10 to 1. At Boys and Girls Club there. So I imagine they get busy after 1 because that's when they probably start their afternoon programs for the kids and all that stuff.
Yes. And we're super excited to partner with the Boys and Girls Club and with the Chaves County Health Council to bring this event to Roswell. So looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And of course, if you have any questions about any of the stuff, if you want to get involved or if you have questions on what kind of screenings or if you want to be a booth at the event, or if you just have questions like, hey, I'm looking for help. What kind of things should I bring? Like if you're prepared to kind of sign up for a plan or do something like that, you might, bring some of that paperwork with you so you can get the process started and that kind of thing. But if you have any of those kind of questions, just call the Chaves County Health Council's hotline 211. It's not a 24/7. They don't, so don't try to call them at 2 a.m. That's not, if you're in trouble and you need to call 911, but the 211 is really that information hotline, and it's really, I think half the time you're going to get Joanne that answers the phone. She mans it most of the time here. But if you have any questions about, and that's anything healthcare related. If you're new to town and looking for a doctor, if you maybe you're looking for a certain set of services and not familiar if it's here in town, that 211 hotline is that resource for you. Call it and say, hey, maybe you just I have some kids on the spectrum. What's our resources here in town? 211 can help you do that kind of stuff. That's what they do. And also, while we're mentioning hotlines, I always want to mention, don't forget the National Mental Health Hotline, 988. That hotline it doesn't matter if you're here in New Mexico or in New York or Montana. Every state in the nation has the 988 hotline now. So if you're experiencing issues, mental health, things like that, and you're looking for resources and not knowing where to turn, that 988, and that one is 24/7. It don't matter if it's 2 a.m, 2 p.m. If you would like someone to talk to, that number is there for you. So, all right, just throw that in since we're talking about all this stuff to have happen here. But it's really sounds like it's going to be a great event. If you've been kind of slacking on doing some of these screenings and things, or it's been a while since you do it, I get it. Life happens, or as parents, we take care of the kids and tend to forget about ourselves sometimes. Well, you got to take care of you too. So maybe come and if you're thinking, I don't know, I've been feeling maybe I should be doing some of these screenings for diabetes and things like that and get it checked out. Putting your head in the sand ain't gonna help. I trust me. Because to be honest, diabetes is completely manageable. Completely. Unfortunately, younger and younger people seem to be getting the symptoms and diagnosed early and things like that. But the good news is when there's that volume, there's so much research and understanding now. And I think we're closer more than ever to where there's, I wouldn't say a cure for this thing, but it's, definitely a lot easier to mitigate or manage because of the medicines and technology there. So please don't be scared to come down and get a screening on this stuff. Let's get it done. Let's get the help you need and get you on the path to living a long, healthy life. That's what this is all about at the end of the day. So I know, I get it. I hate doctors too. I hate it. I get nervous. Like I'm one of those people because I have high blood pressure, but I have that white coat syndrome, and I can't. As soon as I walk into the doctor's office, my blood pressure shoots, and they're like, "Wow, it's high." It's like, If you check me at home, it's fine. It's as soon as I walk in here. I know. Trust me. I'm one of those people. So, but don't run from it. Don't hide from it. Don't just get it done. Do it for you, yourself. Do it for your family. It's bring your whole family down. If you're looking for resources, and if you're like, hey, look, I don't have insurance. I don't have a lot of options here. Come to this event. Let them see what they can do for you. I guarantee there'll be someone in that building that could probably help you navigate whatever issues you're having here. So please come out. It's a free event. Doesn't cost you anything. And a lot of fun. So I'm just curious, like volunteers and stuff. I know, but if people are just saying, hey, if you need help set up chairs, tables, any of that kind of stuff, is that a opportunity available?
Yes, we gladly welcome volunteers. So if anyone has some time, would like to help us set up, even take down things, and
sure,
we want to leave the Boys and Girls Club like we found it.
Absolutely.
So if you can volunteer, that would be wonderful.
And if you want to learn more about Boys and Girls Club, I imagine they'll have some of their folks there too,
yes,
that you can talk about their after school program. I know they got some Thanksgiving and Halloween events coming up here. Of course, you'll miss the holiday. It'll be November 4th, so that'll pass the Halloween event. But they'll be up on their Thanksgiving event, and they're usually looking for donations and things too. So if you like to help them out while you come, bring some donations. Definitely, please, because Boys and Girls Club does a lot of great stuff there too. So it's great that, and thanks to the city and stuff, they during COVID they completely remodeled and redid that facility. So if you haven't been in there since then, use the health day as a chance to come see the new digs there at the Boys and Girls Club too. So it's a really cool deal. But from 10 to 1, Saturday, November 4th, and it's going to be at the Boys and Girls Club here of Chavez and Lincoln County, which is located at 201 South Garden, if you're not familiar. This event's presented by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of New Mexico, Chavez County Health Council, and our Boys and Girls Club here, big supporters of them. If you'd like to be a part of this still as a vendor or a organization that wants to set up a booth, call 211, the Chavez County Health Council hotline. They have more numbers. They have a regular number. I don't have it in front of me. So if you like to dial more than 3 numbers, you can leave a message. Or if you're a social media person, Chavez County Health Council has a Facebook page. Shoot a message on there, and they will quickly get someone to get you in touch with Bonnie and all that too. So that's if you don't remember the 211, or if you're not, maybe you're on a computer, not near a phone. So and you can do it online that way too. So. Bonnie, is there other information, anything we wanted to talk about, or any other things with Blue Cross Blue Shield we want to talk about outside of this event, while we got you here?
Well, one of the things that we've been doing as we've been doing our outreach across the state of New Mexico is sharing information about the ending of the public health emergency and making sure that folks are sending or updating their address with the state of New Mexico if they're on a Medicaid program.
Okay.
No matter what insurance company they're with, update your address if you've moved, or if you have a different phone number, please have that contact information updated. That's super important. The other thing is be expecting a turquoise envelope. When that turquoise envelope comes, please be sure to follow the directions and update or reapply for your Medicaid benefits, because everyone who's on Medicaid is going to be re-enrolling, renewing their Medicaid.
Gotcha.
So
is this going to I guess did the requirements change during the pandemic and now they change back kind of thing?
Well,
or
during the pandemic, everyone was just automatically re-enrolled.
Got you.
And now that the public health emergency is over, they're having everybody re-enroll.
So they're basically making sure applying and making sure the people that are qualified are still qualified and things like that. Makes sense. But you will, if you're on that, you will see a turquoise envelope coming in your mail here in the near future. Fill it out. Don't just throw it in the trash. It's not a thing to try and get you buy a car, or it's not full of coupons. It's important stuff.
Yes. So that's one of the other things that we share when we're out in the community. So I'll be here in Roswell today.
Good deal. And by the way, it's turquoise, so it should stick out.
Yes. Turquoise envelope.
You don't get a lot of turquoise mail in the mail. So it should stick out there. So.
Yes.
Good deal, but that way, and you don't want to miss on that, because I'd hate for you to one day think you're covered and then you go and it turns out you didn't fill out an update, so you're not anymore. And you don't want to find that out when you need services. That's the worst time to find that out. So do your advance work, get that done. That way, that's one less thing you got to worry about, because when you need it, you want to focus on getting better, not focus on who's going to pay for it sometimes. You know what I mean? That's, you got enough worries usually at that time, then let's not this part be one of them. So, yes. Good. But again, don't forget the big community health fair presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Mexico, the Chaves County Health Council, and Boys and Girls Club will be happening Saturday, November 4th at the Boys and Girls Club, 201 South Garden from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. The Blue Cross Blue Shield Caravan will be there doing COVID-19 and flu shot boosters. Also be doing screenings for diabetes and behavioral health, things like that. And so plus there'll be booths with other community resources, other health and wellness information. If you're looking for other programs and things like the Department of Health, things like that, there'll be experts there to help you navigate and talk to you about all that stuff, fun stuff. Yeah, it's going to be fun and, snacks and all that. So there's going to be carrots to dangle. You'll come and probably have lots of giveaways and goodies and things there too while you're there. But the real goodies are getting your health care taken care of, getting in touch with the people that can help you best, and making sure that when the big thing happens that you're ready and prepared for it here. And don't forget to say hello to Blue Bear, going to be there, and so the kids can come and meet Blue Bear, the Blue Cross Blue Shield Bear, and just come. It's going to be a fun event too. Don't think it's all work. Come have fun. Come and it's going to be a good community event, and who knows, you might find your next passion while you're there too. So come out, mark it on your calendar, Saturday, November 4th. You got a couple weeks here, so don't let it slip your brain. November. By the way, like October's almost over, folks. Halloween's next week, which means right after that is it's not this Saturday. I guess that's next Saturday, isn't it? November 4th. Man, yes. It is creeping up quick. It's like 2 weeks away. So, get it on your calendars and make plans to attend here at the Boys and Girls Club. And again, if you have any questions about anything we're talking about here, call the 211 hotline, shoot a message to the Chaves County Health Council Facebook page, and they'll get your answers to you pretty quick there. So, good deal. Well, thank you, Bonnie.
Thank you.
All right, I'm sure you got a bunch of phone calls and things waiting for you at your office, so we'll let you get to it there. But we'll see you next time, okay?
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bonnie. Have a great day.
You too.
Their son was gone, presumed to have been taken by Rico Rivera. Shortly after the victims were found, Roswell police obtained an arrest warrant for the defendant and issued an Amber Alert for the 3-year-old boy. In March of 2022, 2 years later, Rico Rivera was extradited from Mexico after he and his son were located there. Children will be able to enjoy a safe and fun event on Halloween as the City of Roswell and Waymaker Church put on this year's Fall Festival. The free event takes place Tuesday from 4 to 8 p.m. at the Roswell Convention Center. Outside events from 4 to 8. Inside events will be available from 5:30 to 8. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
Your morning espresso starts right here. It's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
One way that this has been described, which I think is really fascinating, is the battle of the tunnels is about to begin. Now, if I didn't see the sophisticated network of tunnels with my own eyes and been in them myself, I don't think I would realize the level of sophistication, the amount of, real architecture, if you will. If you can think of a terror tunnel as, it's not an architectural wonder of the world, but these are well-built tunnels, and there's a whole network of them. Money that was supposed to be spent on hospitals and schools and infrastructure spent, on tunnels so they can kidnap and kill innocent Israelis.
The Sean Hannity Show from coast to coast later today.
You ever wish your personal safety came with a safety net? Well, it does with Byrna, B-Y-R-N-A. Now, in today's world, protection is paramount. Now, Byrna is a less lethal launcher, and it offers a middle ground. And by the way, it's legal in all 50 states. No permits, no background checks needed. Now, this is not your ordinary defense tool. Byrna is simple and easy to use for everyone. It delivers powerful deterrents like tear gas and kinetic rounds that incapacitate attackers for up to 40 minutes. Now, both law enforcement and everyday civilians trust Byrna, and that's a testament to their effectiveness. Now, remember, safety is about choices. The Byrna launcher gives an alternative to escalation, a chance to choose restraint. Byrna is an American company. Their manufacturing facilities are in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Check out their website, Byrna.com/Hannity. You'll get 10% off. That's BYRNA.com/Hannity. And when you see their videos, they'll blow you away. Because when defense is needed, making the right choice means valuing every life.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We've got cooler temperatures coming up by Sunday. For now, we'll stay in the upper 70s for the afternoon high today and lots of sunshine. Maybe a light shower or thunderstorm overnight, dropping down to 60. And then we'll start off cloudy on Saturday, but turning sunny in the afternoon. It'll be a little bit warmer, our high in the low 80s with gusty wind. Cold front comes in on Sunday, cloudy and low 50s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Global Advisory Panel to report on international governance of artificial intelligence and its risks, challenges, and key opportunities. The group will issue preliminary recommendations by the end of the year and final recommendations by the summer of 2024. Amazon on Thursday reported strong revenue and profits from the summer months, driven by growth in online sales and its advertising business. And Google is beginning its defense against a federal lawsuit accusing it of illegally thwarting competition for its search engine. The Justice Department accuses the tech giant of using anti-competitive tactics to maintain dominance in internet search. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Ken Lorman in Washington.
This October, Artesia General Hospital is here to help you take charge of your breast health. About 1 in 8 women in the U.S. will develop breast cancer. Understanding your family history and getting screened can help lower your risk and lead to early detection. They're pleased to offer advanced 3D mammography, providing increased early detection, more accurate results, and enhanced comfort. Don't wait. Request your mammogram today. Women over 40 don't need a physician's referral to schedule their annual screening. Visit artesiageneral.com/mammogram.
Are you ready to give your car what it deserves? Look no further than Roswell Ford. Roswell Ford services all makes, all models, from Hondas to Hyundais, Nissans to Toyotas, Chevys to Dodges, Chryslers to Jeeps, and much more. This month, experience the works with 5 quarts of oil and more for just $49.99. Diesel vehicle owners, we've got you covered too. Get the works oil change with up to 13 quarts for just $119.99. And Roswell Ford's offering gas oil changes on Saturday with up to 5 quarts for just $19.99. Need more than just an oil change? How about $50 off any fluid service? Breathe fresh air into your engine with Roswell Ford's gas engine air filter for just $24.99 or just $59.99 for diesel engines. Plus, any additional services recommended by Roswell Ford's expert technicians enjoy a 10% discount. For expert service that'll have you back on the road and enjoying southeastern New Mexico, visit Roswell Ford today and drive away with confidence. The home of Tailgate Nation at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell.
Your locally owned and operated Big O Tires has the best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. Now through October 29th, get $70 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Pirelli, Goodyear, and Cooper tires. Plus, synthetic blend oil changes for just $24.95 and full synthetic oil changes for just $44.95. These savings won't last. Make an appointment online or head into Big O Tires today. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
I was at a preacher's retreat recently, and one of the ministers gave this little piece of wisdom. Don't lean on a shovel, pray for a hole. A companion Bible verse to that would be James 1 verse 22. Be doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving yourselves. God calls us to pray to him, however, he also calls us to action. There's a popular Christian song by Matthew West titled Do Something. He asked the question, God, why don't you do something? God's answer was, I did. I created you. The song continues with the questions, If not us, then who? If not me and not you? Are you praying for things to change, but you don't take action to make any changes in this world? Maybe God is waiting on you. Instead of just praying for change, maybe we should pray for God to use us to make the change that He wants. Maybe we should pray for God to put opportunities in our path to make the changes that need to be made. Then we need to take those opportunities that are given to us. Knowing Jesus and making Jesus known. That's all God calls us to do.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday. Located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Wakefield Oil Express has the highest quality service in Roswell with a 17-point full-service oil change that includes a full wash and vacuum at their car wash. You won't find a better deal. They also offer full synthetic oil changes, fuel and cabin filter replacements, and will even check your battery. Their tunnel wash isn't afraid of dirty vehicles. They have the best value wash in town with free vacuums. They even offer wash passes that can be used for multiple vehicles. Next time you need your oil changed, go to the fast and efficient Wakefield Oil Express and let them earn your business. 3204 North Main, Roswell.
Are you looking for a way to serve your community? Look no further than the New Mexico Army National Guard. Whether it's disaster relief or defending our freedoms, the New Mexico Army National Guard is always ready to serve. Gain valuable skills, receive world-class training, and be a part of a team that makes a difference. Step up and become the best version of yourself. To join the New Mexico Army National Guard, call us at 1-800-GO-GUARD. That's 1-800-GO-GUARD.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 47.2% of all statistics are made up on the spot. Is this true? I'd say chances are about 50%. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 9:58 here, about ready to wrap up today's show. If you missed any part, I invite you to log on to ksvptv.com. Click on the Mornings with Mike Winters channel, and you'll find all of our interviews and everything there. We had the folks from Richland, the Dodge Boys, Scott Gilmore and Bradley Deering join us. Brady Deering, joined us in the 7 o'clock hour. Just talking about some stuff going on over at Richland, great deals, and about to kick off their entire Black Friday November sales event here. We also had, we replayed some interviews. Folks from American Legion Post 61 joined us earlier in the week to talk about Veterans Day and all that. You can go back and check that out, ksvptv.com. And, of course, just the interview we just had a few minutes ago, we played with Bonnie Vaio talking about that community health event coming up there at the Boys and Girls Club. So catch it all, ksvptv.com, or our 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM Facebook page. You'll find all of that there. Don't forget high school football tonight. Big game at the Wool Bowl. Roswell Coyotes and the Goddard Rockets square off. Goddard is your home team, so if you're going out to the game tonight, Goddard fans, you will sit on the home side and go through the home entrances. Roswell Coyote fans, you will be sitting on the visitor side. You need to go through the visitor entrances. They're not letting people cross the field tonight, so you got to go in through your respective entrances there. So if you're wearing red and supporting Coyotes, you'll be on the visitor side, and the Goddard Rocket folks on home. But don't forget, we will have the games on the radio, the Roswell Coyotes perspective, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Coverage will begin around 6:30. Goddard Rocket perspective on our sister station, 106.1 FM Fierro. Pregame will start roughly around 6:30, 6:40 as well, too. And live streaming video of the broadcast, both perspectives, ksvptv.com for the Coyote perspective. Click on the Coyote channel. For the Goddard Rocket perspective, click on the Goddard Rocket channel. All right, that's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of your day. Have an amazing weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday.
Your home for Coast to Coast AM in Roswell, 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Jason Walker. Manhunt continues in Maine for a gunman. Correspondent Donna Warder says a lot of folks are sheltering in place at home.
Public schools in Lewiston, Maine are closed for a second day today as police continue the search for 40-year-old Robert Card. On Thursday, doctors' offices and even grocery stores were closed in cities as far as 50 miles away from the shootings. Maine's largest city, Portland, closed its public buildings, and even officers along the U.S. border with Canada have been told to stay alert.
Also at townhall.com, U.S. fighter jets launching airstrikes earlier today on 2 locations in eastern Syria linked to Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps. Those strikes in retaliation for a large number of drone and missile attacks against U.S. bases and personnel in the region that began early last week. Israeli defense minister saying he expects to launch a ground offensive in Gaza very soon now. He says it will be, quote, long and difficult. The aim is to destroy hundreds of miles of tunnels used by Hamas. Israel's not allowing fuel to enter Gaza because it believes Hamas will use it to power generators needed to ventilate the tunnels. In the meantime, Hamas holding more than 200 captives in Gaza. A lot of people remain very concerned about inflation and rising costs these days. Here's correspondent Jennifer King with that story.
Americans responding to the AP poll say their income isn't keeping up with household expenses, and they're generally split on whether Republicans, 29%, or Democrats, 25%, are better suited to handle the problem. 3 in 10 say when it comes to inflation, they trust neither party to address it.
And more on these stories at townhall.com.
The United States Constitution guarantees every American fundamental rights and protection of life, liberty, and property. Salem is celebrating our founding document with the special offer, a 1953 Oman U.S. Constitution lithograph. To understand the value of these lithographs is to know the story. A master lithographer